Hey, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Debauchery. This is the good team, and we are back to have some fun with some Dwarven Forge Train and playing some Dungeons and Dragons. We want to start off by thanking our Patreon supporters, as well as our, of course, our viewers and everything else. We appreciate you very much. You can actually put in the chat, I think it's exclamation point Patreon supporters or supporters, and that will let you know some of the people that do it. So thank you very much. Also want to say thank you to our D&D creative table designs. They are awesome. You can see that, we actually just posted up there the other day. If you want to take a look, basically it's a wonderful site if you're looking for information on terrain, miniatures, basically anything tabletop related at this point. With 20,000 plus members, I mean, it's basically everything. So yeah, I highly suggest you check them out, exclamation point D&D Creative, and that will give you a link to go straight to them. Also want to thank Reaper Miniatures. You can see that we use a lot of minis. I think I have over 1,000 minis. And Reaper is now supporting us and giving us minis and everything else, and we're still working on that paint show. It's going to happen. So we're just finishing setting that up. But yeah, thank you very much to them, exclamation point Reaper, if you want to go ahead. And every time that you use our link to buy something from Reaper, you don't get a discount or anything like that. But what you do is by showing them that you're buying it through us, it just makes it easier for them to give us gift certificates that we just give right back to the community. So we're not getting anything. It just makes it where we get more stuff that we can use for giveaways. So again, really love them and thank you. And finally, want to thank Stat Trackers. Obviously, James, who used to be on the good team. He supports us, and during the Stefan game, I believe he's going to be sending us some stat trackers that we'll be giving away. So that will be awesome. And Stat Tracker is basically a tool for DMs or players who want to cheat. But basically, it gives you the stats and everything, hence Stat Trackers for all the monsters, NPCs, not just NPCs, animals, everything that you could possibly use. Just makes it really quick. So yeah, very useful. And want to go ahead. This is episode 7 of the Good Team for Shadowdale, but it's kind of a homebrew that we've done now. We have the 5th edition rules that was converted over from 2nd edition and everything else. So also, we do a lot of different stuff. You can check our schedule. I'm not going to go through everything. It's right there below. That will give you an idea of the shows that we're doing, the Patreon shows, all that good stuff. You can check right there to see our Dungeons & Dragons, Dwarven Force shows, all that. So I'm going to go ahead and let everyone start introducing themselves. And we will start with... Let's start with who? We seem to start on. Let's go ahead and start with Miss Space.
Guys, I'm Space. I play Sparrow, the Erganassi rogue fighter, swashbuckler rogue fighter. And I hope tonight we find out what Duncan's family member has for him.
There's a great mystery. We're going to go over that in a sec. Next, we actually have a player missing. Amiku is not going to be here tonight, so she's going to be kind of quiet. She usually plays Silhouette, but she's still going to be in the party, her and Chicken. If you've watched the show, you know about who Chicken is. And they're going to be hanging out, going through there. She'll probably just be very quiet, stealthy ninja this time. So now we'll move on to Paul.
Hey, I'm Mako Lighter, halfling bard, adventurer, gentleman extraordinaire. Let's do this.
And now we'll start with Eric.
Hey, so I'm Eric. Normally I'm covered in blue paint and have horns and armor. So if you don't recognize me, that's normal. I'm playing Bale Blueblood. He's a tiefling, warlock, and paladin. He is good friends with Sparrow, and he has some conflicts that he's trying to basically make atone for some sins as a warlock and a tiefling, and he's also paladin of Ilmater.
Hold on. And now we'll go with Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I play Duncan Scoop, human warrior. And I'm looking forward to figuring out what crazy stuff Uncle Algernon left for us. Well, for me, but I'll share for us.
All right, and now let's go with Exile.
Hello, I'm Exile. I'm going to be playing Lucathero, the repentant berserker.
All right. So we've got all our characters introduced, and quick recap of what had happened. Okay, let me give you a quick recap of what had happened. Basically, they were on their way. They had fought the Froghemus. They had been. Let's start at the beginning. They'd been attacked by some mind flayers they were seeing a halfling being chased. They saved the halfling from her aggressors. They happened to be mind flayers. Mind flayers attacked him. They went and got a map from this halfling. They gave it to him. That basically told him her former master that she used to, work for her, like she was like a student and everything, had this map, and his name is Algernon. She gave it to the party. Then they were leaving with it to go search out this map from the relative of Duncan, because Duncan didn't know this relative, but he kind of remembered. So now they're looking for this, going to the tomb, and on the way to the tomb, they were attacked by some mind flayers and Froghemus. They had a huge battle with the Froghemus, kind of in the swamp and everything else, where Duncan was actually swallowed at one time, and so was Luca, and Bale had to go and save him. And now they are at the entrance to a cave where they say the beginning of this tomb of a high priest of Set, the evil god Set, is actually there. And they've been told by Corey that this is a place that is very dangerous, and only the sharpest mind and quickest blade will be able to get through. So it's going to be an interesting night watching them try to figure this place out. So yeah, we're just going to get right into it. And real quick, guys, tonight you have to be very particular with the way you say things. You can't just be like, I massively search. You have to give particulars, what you're doing, where you're looking, because this is kind of a puzzle-based thing. So I don't want to cheat you out of the enjoyment. But if you do want the answer, just let me know, and I will give it to you. So let's go ahead and set the stage. You've arrived at the entrance to this cave. You can see it inside and everything else. It's a beautiful autumn day. I'd say about 6 p.m. you're looking inside, and again, you hear the birds chirping, and inside, as you look into the cave entrance, you can see like a hedge growth, like some hedges and some plants that are right there, it seems, in the back of the cave. And at this point, I'm going to let y'all start and go ahead and take it away and tell me what y'all want to do when you're ready.
So at this point, right, I guess Raylan is leaving now, right? Has he left already, or is he leaving?
Which one?
Raylan.
Oh, yes, Raylan has already left. He departed as y'all were, on your way here. He was able to leave and depart, and actually has gone off. But hopefully you'll see him again. And so...
Well, I guess we don't have anything else to do. So are we going to go in this tomb now, or should we wait, or I don't know.
So are we sure this is where the map led us to? Is this the right place?
I mean, it says...
Scoop is breaking out a torch. And... Oh, I can't hear you. What just happened?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, okay. I guess I'm just lagging a bit because Tony, I see you talking, but I don't hear anything. It's really weird.
Well, we're working on getting the window back in Zoom for Twitch, so just give us a second. So we're working on that now.
Wow. All right. Scoop's breaking out a torch.
Okay, you're taking out a torch?
Yeah, a torch, and just saying, just in case it's dark in there. And yes, I believe the maps all lead to this location.
Okay.
Hang on a bit, and I'll break out some flint and tinder. Well, some flint, and I light the torch.
Okay. So you got the torch lit.
Okay, good idea.
Let me open up the cave mouth so you can see it a little bit better. I'll take this off the top. Get a little bit better view of what you're dealing with. You can see that hedge in there. You should be able to see it in just a moment. And now, so as you look inside the cave, again, you can see this twisting of branches and everything else right there at the back of the cave itself.
So I could cast silence on a rock, and whoever's in the lead could carry the rock with them to make sure that we don't alert anything within to our presence.
But then we wouldn't be able to talk to each other.
True.
So how would we...
Throw a rock at somebody. Like, just throw a rock at them. Hey, turn around.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Good plan. And I walk into the cave.
Okay. So you walk into the cave itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try to make sure he doesn't die.
Or maybe we should check for traps before we do anything.
Yeah, Bale's going to, as he walks in with the torchlight, he's going to investigate mostly the ground leading up to those vines you said are at the end of the kind of corridor.
We'll be checking the walls while Bill is checking the ground.
All right, everybody who's going to check something, give me an investigation check.
Hey, Tony, I'm
He's just going to keep his eyes forward.
I'm going to start ritual casting Detect Magic, maintaining concentration on that.
23.
23. All right, so you go into the cave. We'll start with you since you did you're looking at the walls, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk into the cave and you're looking at the walls of the cave, you really don't notice anything unique about it. It just seems like cave walls. It does seem to be like an older stone, like granite and everything, because you can see the bands. So it's a very old cave. You do get that distinction of it, but you don't notice anything strange about the cave stone face that you're looking at. No, or at least the 10 feet of wall stone that you're looking at.
So no buttons or anything, or no pressure plates on the wall.
You don't see anything on
Okay.
that 10 foot of wall that you're searching. No, you do not see it.
Did you all want me to slow down? Because I was just planning on walking right in.
I mean, unless you want to kill yourself early on, that's fine with me.
Kill myself?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, you think there's traps?
I wouldn't be me if I didn't think it was traps.
All right, fine. I'll slow down then.
Belle, have you found anything?
With my roll, I doubt it. In which case, I guess we're going to find ourselves up to the thorns unless something comes up on the way. So I guess we're there.
So you're just trying to go into the cave itself, everybody?
Eric had checked for traps on the ground.
Oh, where on the ground are you checking for traps?
So I had said earlier the ground, all leading up to the vines at the end.
Okay, leading up to the vines. Did you roll for your investigation check?
I did, yeah. I rolled pretty crappy, so. Unless it's all good.
All right, so you don't notice any traps or anything strange. Ground looks safe to you going up, other than just the vines and some dirt. A little rat runs across, but nothing in particular that's strange either way.
All right. When we get up to the vines, I turn towards Scoop and I say, hack away.
I say, all right. And I back up.
All right, you start. Are you going to hack the vines right here?
Yeah. So
Oh, I thought he said back away.
Oh no, hack away.
Oh, hack.
He said hack away.
Sorry. I shrug and I say, well, maybe we should, and I look very knowingly at Sparrow and say, we should investigate it first? Yes?
So I didn't find anything along the wall, so I would say go ahead.
Well, you didn't investigate the hedges, you investigated the walls.
Do you want me to?
No, you don't have to investigate the hedges.
Okay. Because I will if you want me to. If you're
No.
Yeah, I did and I rolled poorly, so it depends if you want to just keep looking.
That
Do
would
these
actually be a
hedges-
very interesting trap.
Are these hedges flush with the walls? Or is there a gap in there?
It looks like, they've overgrown through the cracks in the rock itself. Through the cracks, maybe some seed blew in there, and over the course of all these, decades and centuries and everything, there's just been overgrown. It's not so much just vines; it's just like brush and everything else, like a massive plant growth that seems to be in the back of the cave itself.
All right, torch in one hand, sword in the other, and I start hacking.
Okay. So, all right, I'm not going to make you roll the tax rolls. You go ahead and you successfully hack through, chops and leaves go everywhere as Duncan's slashing and everything. You see the leaves glittering in the torchlight as they go. And as you hack, you open up, and what you see before you now, if we can get a different camera view, we're going to switch that, is you see a room. And inside this room, let me give you, you see, now inside, you see a pile of kind of old bones in the southeastern corner, and to the west, you actually see a sarcophagus statue that's colored blue, like that Corey had described to you about how you would know you were near the entrance of this hidden tomb if you saw this statue. But for some reason, you don't see any entrance. You just see the statue. The sarcophagus statue, again, looks like an Egyptian mummy statue.
Hey, so Tony, I ritually cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know when that's up and I can start scanning for magical auras.
You are not getting, I can tell you right now, from where you're at, you are not getting any magical aura whatsoever in this room right now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and approach the room and do a thorough scan of the visible room.
Well, what are you expecting? What are you looking at?
Basically, I have a frontal cone of magical sight. So every square inch of the room, I'm going to, from top to bottom, go back and forth and scan the entirety of all the available surfaces in the room.
You're okay. So you're going around. You're just kind of going like this to see if you notice anything magical in this room. All right.
Sure.
So we'll just let you do that. From RP sense, that's what you're doing right now. You're just, scanning the room to see if you detect anything magical. But as of yet, you haven't picked up anything. But I guess you can keep looking if you want to keep going. And is there anybody? Let's move you into the room. I'm gonna move you all in here too. Move you in now. Everybody can see where they are. Say Duncan and Bale were in first, and of course Mako's in there examining the room. Oh, that's JC huffing and puffing. OBS must be giving him a headache. Twitch is giving him a headache. Zoom is giving. Okay, nothing better than something's giving him a headache back there in tech. Knew it was something. All
I
right,
felt that side was all too real.
Yeah, he's just it was a real.
Yeah, JC, I feel your pain.
He probably didn't realize it was hot mic. He goes through a lot. I stress before the performance. It's so weird. JC is the opposite. It's when the performance that he has to go through stress. He has to deal with it. All right. So now, can you give us the other camera angle, JC? Well, at least I can see it on Twitch. Okay. It might be delayed, but they still can see it. So, and since it's a room and we're moving room by room, the delay won't be so bad anyway. All right. So you're now in this room, and in a second, hopefully we'll get that over. And again, you're seeing this blue sarcophagus. The room itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 30 by 30 feet. So it's quite not a huge room, but you see everything that you could see in this area. And again, it just seems to be nothing. Like maybe there was a mistake or something with the map, or maybe this is the tomb itself.
I'll approach the sarcophagus.
Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna die.
Can Luca check the pile of bones in the corner?
Absolutely. Luca wants to check the pile of bones in the corner. Okay. Luca moves over there. Oh. Mako's holding on to your mini. Okay. All right, so Luca is in the corner checking the bones. Go ahead and give me a investigation, Luca, on the bones. What'd you get there for me? What'd you get? 10? Okay, you look at the bones. They seem to be maybe some old, like, animal bones. Possibly at one time, maybe an animal got through the brush and maybe it died in here or something. You really can't be sure what type of animal it is, but you tell it's not human bones from your investigation right now. Is there anything else you want to do with the bones?
I'd like to look further to see if there's a obvious cause of death, sword marks on the bones or bite marks or shattered bones or anything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and excuse me, I'm sorry. Go ahead and give me a nature check, please.
Roll low again.
No, you really you look at the bones, but they seem from your analysis to be, you can't really determine anything. Maybe it's the age because they've been there a little while or something, or the level of decay, but you really can't tell the cause of death.
Last thing I'll do is I'll kind of kick them aside and see if there's anything underneath them.
Okay, so you kick the bones over, a little dust comes up, and there's the clattering of the bones into the corner, but nothing really comes up again other than just a puff of dust.
Okay, I'll pass the potato to somebody else.
All right.
I'd like to approach the sarcophagus.
Okay.
And I'd hold up my torch high, and I'm going to take a very close look at it to see if there's an obvious means of opening it, to see if there's any insignia on it or any writing.
Well, it's a statue. I mean, not a sarcophagus. It looks like a sarcophagus, but it's not an opening. It's a statue. I'm sorry. I should explain that better. But it looks like an Egyptian. Here, let me put it to the camera, because this is what she had described, Corey, that you would see to let you know you were close.
Okay.
There we go.
So this is investigation.
Yep. Go ahead and give me investigation.
Oh.
What did you?
happened?
What did you get? Let's see what you got.
No,
Oh.
share screen keeps popping up. All right, here we go. Submenu. Wow.
All right. Well, you crit failed. So you are you go over to walk to look at the statue. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna go check out the statue. And you trip and you fall down and you hit, and the dust from the old bones that had been kicked up that kind of smells like old rotted. It kind of goes into your nose a little bit. The dust from the floor. So you're like, oh, ah! So that's for you. You've just fallen. You're prone now.
I pretend that I wanted to do that so I could get a closer look at the feet of the statue.
Oh, so you do the fall trip? You do the pretend? I did that in school. Like when you used to do this, hold on, I gotta do it for the stream. Everybody does this. When you're young and you fall in school, to make it look like you didn't fall, you go like this.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I look at the feet of the statue, and
So you got-
or pretend to, because I can't investigate for beans. And
Okay.
then I get up and dust myself off.
All right, so you have fallen and you've gotten back up when you were going to approach the statue. What does everybody else want to do? What are we doing?
I'm ready to go over to the sarcophagus as well, since I, in theory, have good investigation rolls.
Okay.
I'd like to, mostly I want to see if there's any details about it I can glean as to what kind of sarcophagus this is, how old it is, anything like that.
Yes, give me a religion check to see what the statue is of.
All right. If I don't roll well, I'm going to use one of my talisman boosts in a second.
Yeah.
Coming up. Oh, okay, got a 17.
You, as an elf, you've heard many things in your time because you're older than a lot of people, so you've had a little bit
If
more.
I was an elf.
Half elf.
Now.
No.
Oh, damn it! I'm thinking Cutter. Sorry. Since you're a tiefling, you've heard. Damn it! You messed with my narrative. You got the DM on that one. Since you're a tiefling, you've heard a lot of stories, in your passings and everything else. And one of the things that you've heard, because people tend to talk to you about, as a tiefling, they always think, oh, they might be interested in more darker sides of life. That you've heard years ago, there was a cult of the assassins of Set, who worshiped the god Set, which is basically all these assassins. And then, there was a high priest of the assassins, and that's that you've heard that. That's really all you know. But you recognize that this is a statue of Set and of the assassins of Set.
Seems to be a statue, not so much a sarcophagus, of the god Set. It's assassin's cult.
Would I know that being a rogue? Like, would that be like a folktale or like a fable or something that I would know?
You could give me a religion as well.
I'm
See.
probably not gonna do too good on that.
Because these guys were
11.
okay. You don't know as much. You don't really remember or haven't heard anything because this is more like a religious cult. So it's not really as much as the normal assassins just doing it for money. These people almost killed for a sense of like zealotry and everything. So it wasn't as much on your radar. But when, of course, Cutter says it, it intrigues you.
That's interesting. I don't know much about this, but I guess you guys want to open it up or check it for traps.
Looks to be a statue. I don't know if it can be opened up at all.
I wonder if it can be moved.
That was my next guess.
I put my shoulder to it. Actually, this
Okay.
is tapped. I mean, it's a big stone statue, right?
Yep.
There's probably some kind of catch or, switch or something on this thing.
Maybe
around
you should look at it and inspect it.
Oh, I did. I Do you know that it's got painted toenails?
Those cost a lot of money.
I'm standing by the door. I'm letting the boys handle this one.
So
Me and
you're
Miko
gonna
will be, me and Miko are gonna be me and Silhouette will be by the door.
okay. So y'all are hanging near the door. I'll put you and Silhouette over there. Luca is still over by the bones. You and Silhouette are by the door, and Mako is scanning the room. So we'll just put him over here, and Bale was over here as well. So y'all are. That's the setup of the room right
Hey,
now.
Tony.
Yes, sir.
So as I'm looking around the room, every so often I'm going to target a 5-foot square on the wall and cast prestidigitation to puff some chalk dust at it. So if there are any air currents coming from, say, I don't know, a secret door or passageway, it might disturb the chalk dust that I'm conjuring before.
Okay.
Well,
All right. So we'll start with you start on the western wall as we're doing this.
sure.
All right. So you're doing that, and we'll just keep going along that wall. Right now, the very beginning, your chalk dust really isn't getting anything right now, so you're not detecting anything from that. Let's go back to also the statue at this point. Someone wanted to push the statue. Duncan wanted to push it.
I was considering pushing it, but I'm thinking maybe I will search it for a switch. So
Okay.
I will run my hands over the statue and see if there's any loose bits.
Okay, so Mako is behind you. He's blowing dust. He's almost looking like that YouTube video because it's magic. It's all the sparkles coming, and he's blowing that. Go ahead and give me an investigation while he's doing that, looking to see if there's any air currents, like Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, with the air current. Ooh, okay. You don't really. You're going down the statue and everything, but I guess you're just not paying attention to what you're doing. You're still kind of embarrassed from your fall. I don't know, so I have no idea. But no, you don't notice anything with that roll.
Okay, I'll step aside and say maybe someone else can find something here before I start trying to push it.
I'll do it since Bella's not here. I walk up to the statue and I start searching it.
Okay.
Nope, I didn't do much better.
Everybody's rolling bad tonight, man. Damn. Tempest, or Sparrow, you go up there and you look at it as well. You get the feeling that there must be something here, but again, you're not able to see it with that roll.
No, I'm not really saying much right now. I'm gonna head back to the door. Maybe you should search it.
Yeah, I just got back, guys. Sorry. Has anybody searched the floor yet?
Well,
No.
they're searching the statue, but they've rolled bad twice.
Yeah. So I say I'll get back to the statue, but it's obvious the only way here to go is down. And so I'm going to be searching space by space, looking for secret doors or trap doors in the floor.
All right.
Well, I can take half the room if you want. We search
Sure.
together.
Give
Sounds
me
good.
give me an investigation because you're still in front of that statue, so you're looking now at the floor, the base of the statue. We'll say
Okay.
of the base.
I'm helping him, so does that give him advantage?
You
I'm
can
gonna
do it. He got it with that, but if you want to use, he already got the 10, so he's good.
Okay.
You're able to see as you scan down the statue. Everybody's kind of looking up right at the statue, and that's when you said you realize that maybe it's something on the floor. And as you look down, you see on the kind of like the lower arm or the lower part of the statue, like at the base, there's a vertical slot. I'd say it's about 8 inches wide and about 4 inches high.
Oh, it's huge.
Well, it's like that and that. It's like a slot.
All right. So he'll point at it. and I'll look
So-
around.
Maybe something goes in this. Maybe one of the bones or something. Maybe a sword.
Luke will hold out one of the longer bones. I'd imagine a hand, but let's try it with this first.
So Luca, you're gonna put try to put one of the bones in the slot. Is that correct?
I'm offering up a bone for someone else to put in the slot.
Smart.
I'll take the bone. Thanks, Luca, and I'll shove it in the slot.
You shove it in the slot. All right, nothing happens. You put the this bone in there, and nothing seems to happen. You put the bone.
Interesting. I checked the other side of the statue. Is there another slot like it on the other side?
I'll let you not have to do a roll. No, there's no other slot on the other side. There's just this one slot.
I look at the bricks in the floor around the statue and on the wall behind it. Is there a brick that is 4 by 8 inches?
Is there a brick that's 4 by 8 inches?
Yeah.
No, there's no bricks like that. They're just like large pieces of odd long stone. It's almost like somebody had got these stones like river stone and then just put mortar in between them. So it's not like an exact brick formation, even though in the picture it looks like that now.
And nothing happened when I shoved the skeleton bone. When I shoved the bone, into this.
Yeah, because the slot is like right on the floor, and you put the bone in there, so it'd be like straight up, like standing up like that. But nothing happens. The bone just sticks in the slot and then kind of just falls over after nothing happens.
Okay, I'll use my left hand and I'll reach into the slot.
Okay. You reach into the slot.
Non-dominant hand, good choice.
Non-dominant. That's true. If you're gonna lose one, at least use the one that you don't use as often. No, you put your hand in there, with a little bit of fear, I guess, and trepidation. And as you put it in there, you feel the cold stone and a little bit of dirt and moisture, but nothing happens. Just like, it's just a slot.
Can you get behind the sarcophagus or the statue? I'm sorry. Is it like a space behind the statue, like big enough for somebody to fit?
No, ma'am, there is not.
I'm thinking you have to push it, maybe. Maybe this is something you have to push, like you started out. Scoop?
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking that perhaps these are where you place your hands like handles and you slide this as if there were some rails on the ground or something.
And we don't see any words on the wall or anything, do we?
Nope.
So
just the slot. You got this slot.
If I put my fingers in the slot, in the side of the statue, stand up, can I try to lift the statue?
Can you what?
If
I heard you put fingers in the slot. Okay. And then you stay.
Can I lift the statue or move it using the slot for leverage?
Oh, you're going to try to move the statue as you're holding the slot?
Yes.
Okay. Well, while you look extremely comical, no, you can't actually move the statue, with your one arm and holding the slot with your fingers.
So I was thinking it was like a handle on the side of the statue.
Like just hanging on the statue?
No, like there's a hole in the statue that's 4 by 8 inches.
Oh, no. You've investigated, like I said. There's the only thing that you found by this statue right now. Well, that's it. Is just this slot.
Oh, it's not on the statue. It's on the ground, or
it's on the base. It's on the base in front of the statue, and then you put something like there's a slot that would go down. So here's the slot, and then you put the bone like this. The bone stood up like that for a second, and then tilted over. But nothing happened when you put the bone in there.
Duncan, can you give me some light? I'll get a closer look at this slot. Maybe we'll get an idea as if it's some kind of lock or even a trap.
I think it's a pressure plate. Maybe you have to have something heavy enough to put on it for it to go down. Maybe the bone wasn't heavy enough. Maybe, does anybody have anything heavy?
I'll grab one of the scraps from the bone pile.
All right,
I think we need something stronger than that.
you remember, guys, that an 8-inch by like 3-inch slot is still a narrow slot. It's not very. You're only talking like that. So just be aware of that. It's not very incredibly wide. It's just like that. But that's your slot. And this is solvable. You know, I'm just laughing because y'all are like, JC, I think, laughed a little too because we know the answer. So.
I'd like to go ahead and just spend some time with investigation and look into that slot to see if I can glean just to the mechanics of it.
Okay. So this is a temple of assassins to a snake god.
Well, Set, the god Set. And the god Set is a cold and calculating god. Set is the jealous personification of evil. He always acts against the interests of mankind and the other gods of the other gods. His followers are dark and scorned lot who work under the cover of darkness and keep themselves cloaked in treachery and deceit.
So if you were a rogue or an assassin or other ne'er-do-well, and you're entering a temple of assassins, and you come upon a keyhole, what would you reasonably have on your person to unlock it?
Oh, yeah.
I'll pull out a coin
A
and I
magic.
drop it in the slot.
What do you put?
A coin. I'll give him a silver piece.
You're kind of a little distorted. I didn't hear you.
I will take out a silver piece
Okay.
and I'll drop it in the slot.
Duncan, I'm surprised. You think a rogue would use a silver coin to unlock a door?
All right, so you drop your silver piece in there, but nothing happens.
I will try my thieves' tools to see if that works.
Before
It's a
that
door,
happens,
not a grocery cart at Aldi's.
I'm retrieving my silver piece.
No, you're retrieving your silver piece. Smart. All right, and now you're driving. You're going to drop the thieves' tools in the hole. Right.
No, of course not. That's the only pair I have. No, I would never drop my. No, these are precious.
Or in the
to me.
slot. In the slot, I should say.
I just want to see if it's like any like a pressure plate. Maybe I can disable it or something. I feel like this is so simple, but we're overlooking it.
It is. But you go and you don't notice any pressure plate or anything like that.
I look to Mako and I say they weren't a part of our guild, so I can't say much about these people.
Do you have a dagger you could maybe twist in there?
Do you have a dagger?
Here, let me oh yeah, here. I'll try and flip you the dagger dexterously. Let's see how well that goes.
All right. So you're putting a dagger in there now?
That's a 19 to flip her a dagger.
All right. She got the dagger. She got your dagger. Don't worry. All right. So you've given her.
Try twisting it. Like you're knifing someone in the back because you're an evil assassin. Cult.
Well, I mean, I'm not a part of that guild, but sure. I'll
All right.
try.
So you put the blade in the slot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you put the blade in the slot, Mako, your detect magic begins to go off a little bit. The eyes of the statue glow violet, and the arm of the statue swings down, snapping the dagger.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't mine.
My dagger.
Oh, well, you can buy a new one. Thanks for your sacrifice, and I throw it back to him if I can.
Well, it snapped. It was just a regular dagger you put in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I throw him back the hilt.
Regular daggers aren't worth much. We're talking like what, 1 silver piece or something. So, don't think he's dying for that. But
What's my
you did-
dinner dagger?
But something did happen when you put the blade in there. But it snapped your regular dagger.
So we need a magical item.
I didn't like that.
But it worked. It gave us, we're one step closer to opening this thing. And I take
reacted to it.
Oh man. I take out my rapier, my +1 rapier, because it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I know what you're thinking. Like, Tony, look now. Don't you be no asshole.
I mean, unless anybody else has any magical weapons.
I do. My sister gave it to me. I'm not putting it in that hole.
I have this necklace that turns me into a magical weapon.
Oh man. I put my rapier in there, my +1 rapier, since it's magical.
All right, so you put your rapier. You can get inspiration for having the courage to do that. Is everybody else like, hell no, I ain't put my... So you get inspiration. But
My magical weapon is sticking my arm in.
It's okay, because I can use anything, so I can just take a weapon from somebody and use it.
It's all right. It had to be a blade, okay? A magical blade. So as you
I
do
would
that...
rather use my hand than my sword.
Your hand's his sword. You don't match... You gotta have, but it had to be a blade. Mako kind of hit on it a little bit. Y'all finally got to it, assassin. So,
well, I had said sword earlier. I don't know if anybody heard me. I said like.
Hey, I did. I heard you say sword, and I was waiting, but nobody picked up on it. So you put that in there. Let me tell you what happens. As you do that, as you insert the magical blade, instead of coming down and snapping your rapier, since it's magical, it doesn't break. The arm actually rebounds back. And then at that point, the arm lifts back up and a secret entrance opens up. Tick, 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 that is revealed to the south. And now you... Dun, 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 dun. And now it is opened up south, leading down to another area, which we're going to put on the table in right now.
Oh, you should go first and investigate. Make sure. I'll be right behind you, helping you. So.
Hold on. We have to move. Just give us. You all can RP while we move this thing into position.
Man, I thought I was gonna lose my sword for a second.
I think that was why it was the last thing we were supposed to do.
That was very brave of you, Sparrow, willing to sacrifice your weapon like that. I confess, I just could not bear the thought of losing my sister's sword.
Well, I mean, for me, a sword is a sword. I can use any weapon.
So that huge blade is your sister's? Like, how big was she?
Oh no! I mean, she gave it to me as a going away gift.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I just
did she really want you to leave? Is that why it's so big? Did she really want you to go away?
No, and I resent that.
So, how old is your sister? No particular reason, just curious.
Is your sister married?
Oh yes, my sister is none of your fucking business old, and
very respectable.
Is she married?
Yeah, is she married?
She is a priestess of a pleasure goddess.
Oh, I mean,
really?
That's cool. Sure.
Yes. And if
The look
Mako,
on
I
my
would be
companion's
happy.
faces is bothering me.
And Mako, I would be happy to invite you down to Bedere and introduce you to her if you wish to meet her. I'm sure she could show you a wonderful time.
You are.
Oh, I don't get the same. I don't get the same invitation. That's crazy.
Oh,
I would love to meet your sister.
You are welcome to come and meet my sister as well, Sparrow. She's a singularly wonderful person.
What are her favorite flowers? Just off the top of your head.
Crimson orchids.
Ooh, doable. Great.
Her favorite food. What does she like to eat?
Couscous.
Ooh, good luck.
Say that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, couscous.
Couscous.
What is that native to?
She's a scoop. She likes baklava.
Interesting.
Honey pastry.
Pricey, but worth it.
During this talk about courting Scoop's sister, Luca would like to move ahead.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, of course not. No, we're just trying to learn more about Scoop's family heritage.
Yeah.
By asking what his sister's favorite food and flowers are.
Well, we want to make the best impression. He's a noble after all.
Absolutely.
You know, speaking of Mako's exploits, the night before we came over here from the inn, I heard him next door. I guess he had met up with some lady. I couldn't help but overhear his rather loud. I heard he had the lady in there, and I heard 1, 2, 1, 2, and it went on for 10, 20 minutes. Next morning, I said, "Sounds like you had a good time, Mako." He said, "Good time? I wasn't able to get up on top of the bed."
Don't ever do that again, man. I almost choked on my own saliva.
I thought I was the only bard in the party. You, sir, are gifted.
Well, you're not the only charismatic one, that's for sure. I think I might not be as good as you, but I think I can hold my own.
Okay, well, do you have some sort of performance you could back those words up with?
I actually do.
Ah.
I don't play instruments. I'm more handy with a sword in my hand or a rapier. It's like a performance to me when I'm on the battlefield. I like to dance around my enemies because they're confused. If I don't know if you noticed, but I'm very people don't find me as scary as someone like Luca. Luca, when he rages, they're scared of him. They talk about him behind his back, and I don't get that same treatment.
Really wish they wouldn't.
Me either. You're very lovely. You're such a lovely person.
Well, honestly, Sparrow, I saw you on the dance floor at the inn, so you have moves.
After I had a couple. Yeah.
What about you, brave Luca? What hidden talents do you have?
How do you mean?
Like performance-wise, how would you wow a crowd?
I don't think he's the type to wow a crowd. I think people run away. No, I don't disagree with you. Luca is a lovely person. I think
I'm more of a sit quietly in a corner and just play a little tune type. I'm not in front of big crowds. It's not really what I look for.
What do we have in front of us, Tony?
All right, now that y'all are ready. When you get to this landing, it is dry, dusty, and very dark. Duncan, since you have an actual torch out, you see some hieroglyphs carved in the center of the landing and some stairs leading down to the south. You can see in the distance that the east wall of the stairway is carved with hieroglyphics, but of course you can't get to them at this point. But you can see the because you can't see the detail. The only detail you can see is the hieroglyphics on the floor in the front. You're too far away from the other ones to read to see those well yet. And you're gonna what?
I'm gonna move closer so I can read the hieroglyphics.
Like, Sir Scoop, hold on. Are there any magical auras in the room?
Yes, there is. You see, you get a sense of I don't know what this would actually be, but you get a sense of an evil aura. There's some evil magic emanating, and you could see on the wall to the left as you're looking around this glowing stone. It actually looks like this a glyph of some kind, like a glowing glyph.
Is it a necromantic school or what school of magic?
I think it would be for this one. It'd have to be maybe, I guess, evocation.
Probably
Scoop, watch out! That glyph over there, evocation, i.e., boom. So be careful.
It's just something bad.
When I hear Mako say this, I take out my short bow and I tell everybody to back up so that we're not close to it, and I shoot at the glyph.
Okay, well, the glyph is, you can't see. We'd have to change the camera angle. It's on the wall to the left. We'll change that camera angle in just a moment. You go to shoot the glyph. It's kind of like a big piece of stone, like almost carved into the. So your arrow goes, and it just hits the stone and just falls down. Nothing really happens.
Well, that didn't work. I thought maybe it was like some kind of trap that sets off a fireball or something. I've seen plenty of those.
It's conditional trap. I suspect that you have to do something specific for the glyph to be activated. I mean, it's magic, right?
Mako, you are one of the most magical.
Perhaps it
people
has
on our
something to do with
team.
these tiles on the floor.
Maybe.
Or it requires a human being to pass in front of it.
I think we should do what Duncan says. Just run in, man. Haven't you seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Well, if anything, let me go. I'm the most dexterous out of all of us. So
We could hang a bedroll in front of it and maybe break a line of effect. I imagine it's the tiles on the floor that might set it off. That's my guess.
Oh no, it's an earthquake! What's going on?
I'm confused. Does magic work that way? I'm not very magical. I only have one spell to my name, but does magic work that way?
But you need line of sight and line of effect usually for a spell. So if it's like a firebolt or a fireball, if it strikes something before it reaches its destination, it'll impact prematurely. So if we can
have an idea.
break line of sight, that would help us.
I have an idea. I'm gonna hold my shield up between myself and the glyph. I'm gonna walk in front of it.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're going to walk inside?
Yeah.
All right, so as you walk... all right, hold on 1 second. I'll just... Sorry about that. I just got... All right, so as you walk into there, you get a sense of right as you step on this landing, you get this sense of pain, and everything goes through your body, and it just hits you like this racking, searing pain. And now you have for a -4 to hit and a -2 to dexterity. From a mechanic's term, it doesn't actually cast a spell that hurts you in that sense, but it does get you and cause that. You get this racking sense of pain.
Does the glyph disappear?
No, it's still there.
I back out of the room.
You still have the effect on you, though. You can feel that.
It's not that kind of glyph. I sit down.
Duncan, you can't do that. You gotta at least let us search it and take it out so that you won't be affected like that. What if that killed you?
Oh no, I'm way too tough to. Oh my mom! I'm way too tough for that to happen.
You almost died, like literally a day ago.
19 knowledge arcana to see what just happened.
You want to roll just to see what just happened to him?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me Arcana.
19.
You can detect that this was the effect of a specialized symbol of pain.
Ooh, that's some nasty stuff right there. Okay. Assassins, we're coming to our temple. We used our magic dagger to get in the door. We're passing through the antechamber, and there's a symbol of pain on the wall. We have to pay tribute or pay respect to our assassin god.
Perhaps we show that we can sneak through and get to outside. Perhaps these tiles on the floor.
And it only happened when he stepped on the glyph.
Yes, when he walked into the room, right as you walked onto the landing from the hallway that you're in, like that floor, bam, that's when you got hit with it. Like you entered the area. It's like you entered the area, I should say. That's what you could. It seems like.
So
you said there were runes along the walls?
There was on the floor. There was hieroglyphics.
Can I walk up just close enough to see if I know, like maybe the language that these are in, or
Yes, you
something?
can. You can see from the hallway. You can actually see clearly the hieroglyphics.
Are they in the language that I would know, or any of us would know?
Give me. We're gonna just give me a history check because we're gonna roll with this. Give me history.
Great. 12.
All right, you are able to detect. From you haven't had too much knowledge, but you know basic hieroglyphics. That you in your time traveling roguish and everything else, you come across a lot of stories. And one of the things that someone had showed you years ago was some stuff they found while they were robbing a famous museum and everything in Faerun, and they came across this set of hieroglyphics, and you remembered all of a sudden, oh, okay, this hieroglyphic actually is just the name Set. That's what you realize. It's the name of the god Set. That's it.
Well, this hieroglyphic means Set. It's just his name. I don't know how we're supposed to use that to get past this, but maybe.
Did you just say his? Did you say his name when you told those people right there?
Oh shit! Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. So you said his name. So you said it's Set to those people. God Set.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure you said it.
Can I make an Arcana or religion check to see if that may be a trigger or something to bypass it?
You sure can. Give me a religion, please.
If I said his name, when I said his name, did that trigger anything? Did that turn the glyph off or anything in Mako's eyes, since he has detect magic?
No, the glyph is still active. It would appear. I mean, as far as you know, you could always step into the area to find out.
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't.
See what it did to Duncan. I'm not stupid.
Like, hey, Bale, do you know like a catechism of the clergy of Set? Is there like a saying or a like a devotionary statement that they say in their worship? Like Hail Set or...
I'm hoping I will know because I rolled a natural 20, so I have a 22.
All right, so you are able to oh, I thought I was muted. You are able to determine that from that knowledge that many religions and cults and everything would often have basic passwords to let you know if those people were loyal, and it's possible maybe that this is one of them. That's what you're thinking.
Just saying Set.
Just saying the word possibly, you can find it.
All right.
Duncan.
Do maybe you say like glory to Set or all hail Set or
maybe it's just Set. Maybe Duncan, if you want to, kill yourself early on, walk across the glyph and say Set.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to try to read the hieroglyphics first. So
I told you what they were. I read them already.
I actually have a fair bit of knowledge about history and hieroglyphics. Just let me try.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, the 14?
All right, you rolled a 14, and you said the name Set?
I'm reading the hieroglyphics right now.
Oh, well, you already know. She already told you the hieroglyphics on the floor were just the name Set.
Oh, there's nothing else. Oh, I thought that was the only thing she could read.
There is some other hieroglyphics, but they're on the eastern wall by the stairs. But you're on the floor, or you were on the floor.
I'm already writhing in pain. I'll just stand up. Here we go. I pull out my wineskin, take a shot. Fortification, and then walk into the room again, and I say Set.
All right, as you say Set, and you walk into the room, nothing happens.
Oh no more shooting pain other than no.
Well, you still have that, but it doesn't happen again.
All right, I continue walking to the other wall.
All right, so you walk down past the glyph and everything else. You still got your negative on you, but you are now down there by the eastern wall, and you see another set of hieroglyphics.
I will try to read them.
Okay, give me
I turn around and say, Sparrow's right. If you just say set when you walk across, then it won't hurt you, I think.
I will do this. I will follow him, say set, and I will move next to him.
Okay, nothing happens. You say set before you enter the area, and Sparrow walks across unscathed.
I won't be next to him. I will look around the room. I will start investigating the glyphs in the middle of the room.
Well, the glyphs in the middle you already read, the hieroglyphics. The other hieroglyphics are on the eastern wall by the staircase that's descending down.
Okay, then I will check the walls for switches or anything.
Okay.
Luca will say set and walk forward as well, but looking down the stairs rather than at the hieroglyphs because they have it covered.
All right. So everybody. Luca goes in down here. Miko's obviously in the back, nice and quiet today.
She will say set and move forward, but in the back.
Should I assume that Mako comes in as well? Says set and walks in. Bale and Mako.
I'm gonna go ahead and hang back for now.
Okay.
I got a 13 on my investigation for the walls.
Okay, you're investigating the. Whoa, Bale, you just flew out the board. You're investigating the walls by the eastern stairwell.
Yes.
Okay, that 10-foot section. Other than the hieroglyphics, you really don't notice anything particularly, weird or anything.
Can I make an Arcana on the hieroglyphics?
Yes. You can go ahead and do Arcana on the hieroglyphics.
Scoop got an 18 for trying to read.
All right. All right, Scoop, you're able to read the first part of the hieroglyphics, and what it tells you is, and then we'll get to your Arcana roll in a second too, Bale. It tells you basically that this priest was one of the mightiest priests of the underworld cult and was exceptionally tall and powerful. The carvings celebrate his many victories over desert tribes and hint at a dark and evil rites and works of the cult. The last section, it seems like you just can't read it. It's weird. It's like the words almost seem to move before your eyes. And then Bale. Oh, go ahead.
I can read everything except this last section, but I think it's enchanted because the letters are moving. Either that, or this pain is driving me crazy. Oh, I need more alcohol. Drink more.
Do you tell them about the cult? The tall and powerful.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm in the middle of something.
The glyphs describe the tale of the high priest of the cult, who was supposedly an exceptionally tall person and powerfully built. It outlines a number of victories that he had against the desert tribes and all manner of slaughters and iniquitous behavior that he performed upon them. I believe they were very, very naughty. And then it's about to get really interesting, and then the letters started moving in this part here. Can't read it. I reckon that's something for you types.
All right, so Duncan's done that. Let's go down the line. Exile, what do you want to do at this point?
Do I see anything down the stairs?
You, other than the hieroglyphics, you see like another passageway going down, but that's it. Just a passageway itself.
Any glyphs on the walls and stuff?
From where you are now, no. All you see is, again, behind you where Duncan is at, you see the hieroglyphics and then the weird swirly hieroglyphics. And going back to Bale with his Arcana, you know that when you do the Arcana check on those hieroglyphics, you can get the sense that the ending part with the swirly letters definitely is magical. But you can't, obviously you can't read it. You get the sense that you would need either a read magic spell or something like that to try to comprehend and read what's at the end.
Is it in Thieves' Camp?
No, it's not in Thieves' Cant. It's a magical language. You would need Bale can't tell what it is, but he knows you would need read magic to comprehend it. And Luca, that's all you see is just the swirly stuff, and then the stairs descending downwards to what you assume must be another landing.
So
I'm gonna hand someone a rope, one end of my 50-foot rope, and just start going down the stairs holding on to the rope.
Sure, you can do
You're
that.
you're like the strongest one out of all of us.
All right, so Luca, you'll
I
go
don't see anyone
down.
else going down the stairs. If you can hold it steady, I can climb up.
Okay. Can you give me a moment?
Could somebody read the hieroglyphs to me one more time?
Yes, me too.
All right, the hieroglyphs
I can-
on the eastern wall are carved. The party they learned that the mightiest priest of the underworld cult, he was exceptionally tall and powerful. The carvings celebrate his many victories over desert tribes and hint at dark and evil rites and works of the cult. And then, of course, like I said, this last part is swirled, and you can't really tell what it is, but it seems like a dark magic coming.
Could somebody smear some blood on that?
I immediately cut my hand with my dagger, and I put it on the wall.
Roll 1d4 to determine your damage.
Oh, cool.
I'll do it, actually. I got you.
Cool.
Take 2 hit points of damage from cutting yourself with the dagger.
Thanks for the temporary hit points.
All right, you go to smear the blood on the wall. It goes across the writing, but nothing happens.
Sorry, it was a guess.
And as Luca, you're going down there with your rope. Did somebody hold the rope for Luca?
And since no one wanted to hold it, I guess I'll just
No, I'm holding it. Scoop.
take a pit and then hammer it into the floor.
No. Scoop is very familiar and very fond of rope. If you give him some, he'll hold it.
All right, well, we'll get down there in a second, and what I'll do for game's sake, we're not down there yet. When I put the stuff up, I'll describe it, and Luca, you'll just get to go very first, since we'll assume that you were down there first to this new area. For right now, though, is there anything else that y'all want to do in this area? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
go.
Bale's going to open up his huge, nasty-looking book of ancient secrets, and he's going to do a ritual spell of comprehend languages.
Okay. So.
Okay.
All right. So you use that. It's basically as read magic in 1E. Same. All right. So you're able to do that, and you're able to go ahead. And do you want to read it?
Please.
Okay. You can't read it. What's your alignment?
One moment. I should know immediately.
You're not evil. You're not evil.
I'm not
All
evil.
right.
I'm neutral good.
All right. So you give me a save. Basic. They don't have also save versus spell. So we're just gonna use DC save. Just give me a roll DC 20, straight DC 20 save, and beat a 15.
Well, what, like wisdom? I mean, they're in a category generally,
Yeah,
right?
give it to me as Constitution, because it's a con. It's affecting your body. So 14 save from con.
The one stat that I have is a 10. Here we go.
I'm sorry, but okay,
Yeah, I didn't do
that did not work. So it was a trap. The language is actually against anyone who's good. You instantly go blind.
Oh shit!
You see his eyes begin to bleed. Bale's eyes. Blood, begins to bleed down his eyes, and his pupils turn kind of like black, like the eyes of the statue in the front of Set. But that's it. He doesn't. You're just hurt.
I
blind.
immediately run to Belle. I'm like, "Are you okay? What the fuck? What happened?"
I have a pro tip. Don't read the letters.
Okay, what was that?
I'm so glad that's what caused it. For a moment, I thought you were, the other thing that makes you go blind.
It ain't that kind of street.
Belle, you need your eyes. Mako, you don't have anything that can heal him.
Not yet.
Oh,
Is there anything
man.
anything I can divine from this type of blindness as to what might counter it?
What you're about what you're
also like through either Arcana or other thing to glean as to how I may be able to reverse it?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another Arcana.
19.
All right. Although this is painful and quite grotesque looking, your knowledge of the arcane lets you know that something that has been on the wall for so long and still be effective probably means it's not super powerful, and you could probably just get like a nice long rest, and there's a good chance you would go away.
I think maybe all I need is a nap.
What about
Luca? Bale's gone blind from looking at runes.
But of course, you all. Okay, that's right. Don't worry about it.
Hey, do we ever mess with these runes on the floor?
I think that was
Those aren't runes, they were just hieroglyphs
of
that
set.
say set.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just the name of the god. That's all they said.
Gotcha.
Belle, how are you gonna investigate now?
Well, maybe the same rest, like a long rest, to use the term, could be useful for both Scoops and I.
I'm
What do
in
you guys
agony,
think?
and he's gone blind. I'd suggest we stop.
But we only just started.
Absolutely. I say we go
Bale-
on. We'll be
Bale-
fine.
Look, we can't continue with Bale. He's blind. All right. So why
I
don't
mean, you're preaching to the choir. I would never want to put him in harm's way. He's
All I
my
need
family.
All I need is a walking stick and some sympathy.
Hey, you can take I'll give him one of my rapiers. I give him my non-magical rapier because my magical one
only
is
place
important.
you're going to find sympathy, sir, is in a dictionary.
Hey, isn't there a warlock power like Devil's Sight, or is that something you can do?
I wasn't.
That
born
just
with
lets
that.
you see through magical darkness. It doesn't do anything for
He,
blindness.
he is blind until he takes a long rest. There,
Mm.
he's blind. And
Yeah,
you're
well,
lucky I'm being nice about the long rest.
This is permanent.
Well, if it requires to remove blindness, then we'd have to go back to town. To find a
Is that
priest.
even a spell? In
Oh,
D&D?
is that a curse?
Wait, guys, that's right. You've got the potions
I
that
will give
remove
him.
curse.
I will give him my potion of remove curse. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna say, hold your head back, and I'm gonna shove it down his throat.
Hold up. Let's not waste the potion on this. If it's all it's gonna
He's
take,
blind. What do you mean? Let's not waste the potion.
we can take we can take a nap and preserve our potion of cure.
You want to take a
I mean,
nap in this
If
place?
we end up getting into a fight, I think he can use it. But
Okay.
for now,
I can throw up a tiny hut in here. We'll be safe as anywhere else in the world. So that's not an issue.
Yeah,
Fine.
Lamont's Hotel.
let's see.
Something to consider is that I'm not really up to fighting Trim either. I'm in very. Oh, I need another drink. All right. I think I'm gonna get drunk before the pain knocks me out.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and start casting a ritual.
The hut.
Bowman's tiny hut. And I'll be like, come on, gather in, guys. Let's take a nap. Let's recover then. We can save the potion for later. And yeah, we'll get after this fresh in the morning. Sound great?
Sounds like a wonderful idea. I need to lie down. Oh God, that hurts. I need more
All right.
drink. I need more.
So we'll say that you take a nap, and for some reason though, you thought that this would end the blindness, but you're still blind.
Hmm.
Well, that solved nothing. And then I give him.
Luca didn't come back for the nap.
Are you talking about the long rest?
Yeah, we're saying a long rest. It's still, it's funny. You thought that this long rest would do it, but for some reason you're still blind. Perhaps it's the power of the tomb that you're in, or whatever is affecting the hut, or something is happening. But for some reason you're still blind.
This is an evil place.
Am I still?
You want to have 2 long rests within 8 hours of each other. Just give him the potion and let's move on.
It's an ancient. It's not going anywhere.
I have one of them. I have one of the potions.
But you can't see on yourself, Belle.
Well,
let me take care of you.
Okay. All right.
It's okay. I'll use your potion. I use his potion. And,
okay. Y'all made the right choice using the potion. Okay, just so y'all know, it wasn't. There you go. You used the potion. The blindness is go. But so everybody knows that you made the right choice. Going outside wouldn't have done it. Hence why you got the 4 potions. Anyway.
So since we took that long rest, what time did we start in the day? Did we start
early?
Now.
It was like 5 in the afternoon, or excuse me, it was about 3 in the afternoon. So now it's about 11. We'll say you've been in there for about an hour, or a few hours actually, because you're searching around. So we'll say it's about midnight, 1 a.m. Doesn't matter because you're inside a tomb. Night, day, irrelevant.
This is a place of evil. These were assassins. They didn't do good in the world. So I think our magic and being good doers, well, most of us being good doers anyway, is not going to help us here.
All right. Hey, I'll go ahead and give another rousing speech and give everybody their 9 temporary hit points back. And then I'll kick up Detect Magic again, and off we go.
Did you guys actually take a long rest? Because Luca just spent the last 8 hours trying to solve the puzzle.
Luca, you were sitting back. What the hell? Where is everybody? Got it? 8 hours.
They're open, slack a little while ago.
And I'm holding on to the end of the rope saying, and I yelled down to you, Bale's blind and he didn't get it from masturbation. That should have given you a hint at that point, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So Luca, yeah, you hung out down there. I guess I don't know, man, smoking, drinking, hanging out.
No. We would have called Luca up and said, "Look, we're gonna take a long rest."
There you go. So Luca, would you have gone if they had called you up for there so you could say you got all your hit points and everything back? There you go. Nice.
What about Scoop?
Can I ask my question now? Does Scoop still have the effects of the pain whip on him?
No, because that lasted 2 to 20 rounds.
Awesome.
So it's now off. I actually averaged out and just gave it to you for 12. So, but you're good. You're fine. That is gone. Your dexterity, -2 to dex, and everything is all gone. So at this point, we're going to take a quick break while we set up the next area, because I assume everybody's moving down to where Luca had been.
Yep.
I'm still going to let Luca go first. All right, so everybody, we're going to set this up, and we will be back in just a few minutes here, and we'll get right back into it. Everybody, grab a bathroom. If anybody wants to talk and tell about Patreon and all the great stuff that we do while we're setting this up, feel free. We'll be back in a minute.
Patreon.
Well, so yeah, I guess we are. Are we still? I guess we're still live for us to talk while Tony gets the stuff set up. Yeah. So Mako, go ahead. You mentioned Patreon. You want to?
Jeez.
Like that?
So basically, Patreon is a web service where you can go and pledge basically a monthly contribution to a creator or developer that you want to support. Now, a lot of times the Patreon providers will have at certain thresholds of pledges different benefits they give to you. So, for example, specific access to Discord channels to talk with the creators and the cast. Sometimes they'll offer special products or graphics or interaction opportunities. I believe for our Patreon, there's a weekly Q&A with cast members where you can like fire off your burning questions and get to know us better. And I don't think we've started that yet. I think we had one, but we had to reschedule it. But I know that's something that's in the works. And as time goes on, we kind of build the brand and advance the program. Eventually, we'll get to the point where there could be more tiers with more special benefits, behind the scenes access, you name it. But ultimately, it's patterned after the idea of back in the old days, artists would secure the patronage of a wealthy connoisseur of art, and in exchange for monetary support, food, shelter, they would make works of art on their behalf. So this kind of harkens back to that tradition where you as a viewer or a fan can help the artists that you enjoy the content of perform their art and make content specifically for you and for those like you who enjoy it. So it's appreciated. I know the proceeds from Patreon have gone to buy technical upgrades for Tony and his crew, to upgrade our ability to maybe like have special effects, fog machines, light effects, better video equipment, microphones, mixers, you name it. So Patreon helps the show become better, more professional, able to entertain you in the way that you want to be entertained. So give it a thought. I mean, it could be as little as $5 a month, $10 a month, $15. I'm not 100% sure what our threshold levels are at for whatever, but every little bit helps. And it's a great way to help foster the kind of artistic community that you would like to see in the world you live in. So hey, give it a thought, give it a look.
Yeah, and so thanks, Paul. So I just put in the chat, and I know we have plenty of viewers on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, but it's patreon.com /nerdbotchery. You should be able to find us. But it varies from $1 to $50 or 6 tiers. $1 is just like, hey, thank you. You know, you're giving us a little bit of appreciation and helps pay for some electricity bills and whatnot. And you have varying levels all the way up to $50, which allow you to play with us. How often can you play here? Quarterly, you can play with our group quarterly here as a guest. You also get to do private Patreon only games that are run by Tony, complete access to his modules as he makes them. Then goes down the line, you have access to, as was mentioned earlier, the meet and greet with some of the cast, as well as also a story kind of, how do I put it? What does he call it here? This is for his Dungeon Master story writing. Here goes, module writing and brainstorming, right? And so that went really well. Recently got some good feedback, but I'm going at length. Check it out, patreon.com /nerdbotchery. And again, and I'll say, as someone who's just playing, right? Like none of us are getting paid as players. Tony busts his butt, and JC, his stepson, busts his butt to get this thing going. And you know, every little bit really helps keep him motivated, lets him know he's doing the right thing. And you know, really, for all this work, in my estimation, I think he does deserve some support. So please consider it.
And for those of you who may not necessarily have the free money or financial resources to indulge with something like Patreon, there's so many things that you can do to help support us. Every subscription, be it on Twitch or Facebook or Google Plus or whatever media you're consuming this in, you know, liking, subscribing, ringing the notify bell on YouTube when the videos are posted. If you don't necessarily watch us live, making sure to carve out that time sometime during the week to watch the back episodes and back shows. You know, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Your watch hours also help populate the algorithms that determine who gets to see what. So the more engagement that we have from our viewership, the more success YouTube sees we have, and then that gives us a potential to reach a wider audience. So it's kind of a snowball rolling down a hill, but that snowball won't get started unless people like you make yourselves heard, make yourselves seen, and give us a shot. So consider something just as simple as a simple like and subscribe. It can mean the world of difference.
I guess to talk about some stuff coming up, because Tony likes to plug this. We do have some more guests that will be coming in. We have somebody from Dwarven Forge that I don't know if we're making that an official announcement yet, but they'll be joining the Good Team probably within the next month or so. So that will be fun and exciting because we love the Dwarven Forge folks, and of course, we are completely smitten by the Dwarven Forge stuff. I have plenty myself, and then we have some celebrity games coming up. If you recall, a while back we had Stefan Pokorny, who's the founder and CEO of Dwarven Forge, and his girlfriend and a very good actress, to be honest, and role player, and Carlton. They're going to be coming back, and it'll probably be after the first of the year. But that's also going to have a very big name celebrity if all goes well. So we have a lot of things kind of coming down the pipe. What else to talk about? So let's see. I would say join our Discord server. We try and be chatty. So if you guys have anything you would like to talk to us about, join our group and say hi. We will definitely engage with you. Pretty much everybody here on the cast is in chat. And if you want to get a hold of them, then you can definitely let the rest of us know that you'd like to talk to a specific person if there might be something that interests you. We try and engage our crew. As a matter of fact, Exile started out as a fan. No longer a fan. Exile just likes to play. Doesn't like us anymore, but just likes to play, right? Do I have that right, Exile?
Oh, you guys. I started as a fan, now I hope I'm a friend.
Yeah, you're number one, you're a friend.
More than a friend, honest. Well, wait, hold on. No, you're the best. I love playing with you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys.
Yeah, and a lot of us are friends. Either we become friends or we're already friends. We try and keep this camaraderie offline as well. Chris, I've known since when did you start at Pogo, Chris?
2005.
Okay, so I've known you for 16 years.
Yep.
Yeah, he was only 16 years old when he started. Right? Is that right? No, not really. But so some of us, know each other from other avenues, and some of us have met, and that's one of the great things about Dungeons and Dragons is you meet people from relationships, and those relationships often go on for decades and decades and decades. It's great.
I actually need to talk to you more because you seem really cool.
Who's you?
Chris.
Oh, Chris. Oh.
I was just looking at him on stream.
Oh, that was like well, it's funny because my Zoom, you looked up away from everybody. It's like, what are you looking at? He is very cool. I will +1 that comment.
Yeah, we've been having a conversation on Discord. I actually shared my character's origin with Luca. The one that I'd written out and given to Tony.
Cool.
I'd like to do this until Tony gets back. This is always a really good conversation starter, and I think interesting to viewers. Why don't each of you guys tell us what your first D&D experience was? And start with Space. Go.
Oh wow, way to put me on the spot. My first D&D experience was with a friend. So everybody know Young from the Evil Team, right? Our friend, we have a friend, his name is Thomas, and at work one day, he was like, "Oh, I play D&D," and I'm like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's so nerdy, ew." And he's like, "It's actually kind of fun." So I'm like, "Okay." So like the more he talked about it, the more interested I became in it. And I'm like, "Oh man, I gotta try this. So one day, me, Thomas, my boyfriend, and another coworker of mine, we all went to Thomas's house, and he's like, "Okay, the first day we make our characters." I was a rogue, of course. I forgot which rogue I was gonna be, but I was like, man, I just like sneaking around and all of that. And he's like, "Oh, you would love the rogue class." And I'm like, yes, that sounds like something I would do. If I get to steal things and stab people, that's what I want to do. And he's like, so like we sat there for like a good 3 or 4 hours just making characters and coming up with backstories. And I'm like, every time I came up with a backstory, I was like, no. I want to do this for my backstory. And I literally did that like 3 or 4 times until we got a solid backstory. And we didn't even get to play, but just being there in the presence of other people, making my character and like fellowshipping with these people, it was like one of the best experiences of my life. And I didn't even actually play that night either. And then a couple months later, then something happened, then COVID happened, and we didn't get to really play. But then I started a different game with another group of people, and that was my first campaign ever. We used to play every Saturday, and oh my gosh, I used to get off of work, and I would be so happy to play. I'm like, oh my god, Saturday, gotta hurry up, you know? That was my first time ever playing D&D. And I like it. It's nerdy, but I'm just like a nerd at this point. I don't even care.
Well,
We're all nerds.
You're in good company. You're in good company. Yeah, thanks for sharing. It looks like Tony is ready. He's relaxed. He's drinking something.
Are you drinking now too, Tony?
Is he chewing ice or are you doing that?
No, what it is I got a protein shake that I put oatmeal into. So chewing the oatmeal pieces.
I'm eating a lemon Girl Scout cookie protein drink.
Yeah, I just had a cup of water. I think I'm done drinking for tonight.
Yeah, I've been back heavy in the gym and working out and leaning out, so I gotta like eat right, eat clean, get rid of the fat.
So we doing more D&D Origins.
I think we're ready. Are we ready, Tony?
I'm definitely ready. Everybody here, ready to go? Let's rock.
Yeah, let's.
All right. So let's start
My coffee
with this.
ready to go.
So obviously Luca was in the front, but the stairs end at a 10 by 10 landing. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one. The second landing is dominated by a large statue of a god on a broad round base. The base is carved with a short column of hieroglyphics in front of you. You actually see the hieroglyphics on the ground again in front. Before it lies a blasted skeleton dressed in the style of leather armor, a score of years old. More hieroglyphics adore the east wall, and you can see kind of descend down into the west.
Any hits on the detect magic?
Well, I mean, we took a long rest, so you will have to cast it again, right?
Yeah. I said after I did the inspirational speech again, I went ahead and recast detect magic ritual.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Who is this person that seems to be laying on the hieroglyphics?
Right there's a blasted skeleton dressed in the style of leather armor, a score of years old.
Okay.
So it's not
Can we
read.
try to read the hieroglyphs?
Yes, you can. Roll a history for me.
Not religion? Or yeah, I guess we're translating.
Yeah.
I'll help. I'll give him my advantage.
Can I help too? I have history as well.
Well,
I'd say just roll your own check. My modifier isn't great.
Luca goes to look at the hieroglyphs. Stand right there in the front. Cause you're still in the hallway. You can see the hieroglyphs fall in front of you, but you really can't recognize it.
I would like
Had some
to.
beautiful pictures.
I would like to check to investigate the skeleton with the leather armor.
So
I'd like to do a history check on the hieroglyphics as well.
all right, so let's go down the line. First, we'll do Mako. Go back and said about the segment. You're not, but right now, Mako, you're not getting anything magical right now. Pretty normal. You're not getting. All right, so you go to check. Now we'll go back to Sparrow. Sparrow, you go to check the skeleton. So you step onto the plane and you have to get the body. As you step onto the floor, the statue goes violent. Eyes. Now, Mako, you get a little bit of magic detection from the statue.
Did Scoop get anything from the? Am I stepping on the hieroglyphs right now?
Yeah, you walked across the floor, but all that happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the skeleton was closer to us. Well, I mean, I guess it happened. So.
Well, it's all right though, because don't worry, you made it. All right, so it's good that the mistakes were made, but luckily you survived. All right, so
I think I know what happened to that skeleton.
You do.
I think that he ran across to reach the statue, and the statue blasted it out of existence.
Okay.
Well, maybe I will stand here and let's see what happens.
What's the aura or the school of magic that the statue emanated?
Evocation again.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't evocation like really bad?
Evocation is blaster spells.
Like fireball?
Uh-huh.
Lightning bolts,
hell.
fireballs, the good stuff.
Okay, I need you to figure out what these hieroglyphs are so I know if I can move or not safely.
Can I do a history roll yet?
All right, go ahead and do your history roll. Because someone wanted, that's right, before Tempest did the investigation.
Well, actually, Bale, why don't you and I do it together? You know?
I feel like this is probably the point in the ritual where sacrifice must be made or a tribute must be made. Does it look like there's any stains along the altar or plinth?
Bloody hell.
Like an offering of some sort?
Hold on, let me do Duncan's history. Duncan, obviously, you don't get anything because you're trying to look at the hieroglyphics in front of the statue. But again, you don't recognize any of the symbols with that roll. And Sparrow, going because your roll's up there too. What was your roll for investigation for? What were you looking at?
So I was looking at the body. I wanted to check the skeleton with the leather armor.
Okay. All it is just the leather armor. When you looked at it, it's just an old. It looks like the bones have been kind of burnt, but it doesn't seem like a burnt from fire. It seems like more of like a maybe in your experience like an electrical burn or something, because there's like a pattern snaking down the bones. It seems like electricity has passed through the bones.
And like a lightning bolt.
Possibly. You just get the sense that there's just that pattern of electricity that seems to be going through the bones, like a burn pattern. Everything else is so old you really can't tell. And then going to Mako, you want to know if there's any blood or anything on the walls?
I'm thinking this may be some sort of tribute room. So I'm trying to see if there's any indication that an offering or a sacrifice needs to be made here before you can pass out of the sight of the statue.
Okay. What would make you think that? What do you want to do?
I guess any scuffs along the base of the statue, like for that, like coins or tribute might have been placed and then subsequently gathered up by the clergy, or any offerings of meat or blood, or
give me an investigation roll. Or perception, actually. Do investigation's fine. Investigation or perception, your choice on that one.
Investigation is nothing. Perception is much better.
There you go. Do a perception.
26, natural 20.
There you go. Okay. You don't really. There's nothing on the base or around the statue, or anything like that. You do see that the statue, though, looks like there is scuff marks on the around the column itself, right? The scuff marks where the statue is sitting on, like the base part, like the actual sitting on, there's scuff marks, like a kind of a half moon circle scuff marks.
Maybe it can be rotated.
Look up at the statue. You see the weird scuff marks around the base there?
Maybe it could be rotated.
Yes, but this skeleton's body, the leather armor, this was hit by maybe a lightning bolt. I mean, I can only guess by the way this line has gone through the armor. It's not like a firebolt, because I guess a firebolt would destroy the whole thing, but I don't know what these hieroglyphs mean, but I think this is pretty dangerous, and I'm stepping in the middle of it. So if somebody could figure out what these hieroglyphs mean, that would be nice. And I'm gonna look down, and I'm gonna see if I can understand. I'm gonna try. No. Got a 4.
Deciphering these. Anyone else want to try? I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to try. Maybe you just need a password.
Maybe-
So, investigation or arcana? I want to glean some more information there, Tony.
For on what, the hieroglyphs?
Yeah.
It'd be a history to determine the symbols. Should have paid attention in school, guys.
I was too busy trying to steal
none
things.
of y'all paid attention in history class. Anybody want to give him advantage? Because I think I gave you Sparrow, or was it who did I give? Yeah, Sparrow. You got inspiration from your putting your rapier.
Mako just got a 13.
Okay, so Mako makes it. Okay, Mako got 13, above a 10. Jeez, how y'all roll so bad? All right. All right, the statue hieroglyphics that Mako is reading, the ones right in front of the statue, it says, "Opener of the Way." And then, of course, you also had the hieroglyphs on the wall as well. Do you want to try to read those, Mako?
Yes, please.
Go ahead and give me another rule for those. Well, history. It's a history rule.
Oh, let's see. There was the thing with the stuff, and yeah, what did they say?
The first one says "Opener of the Way," but you need to do another history rule for the second.
Yeah. History. I thought it was investigation.
Well, you're reading the other hieroglyphs because there's 2 sets of hieroglyphs.
Natural 1.
Well, you recognize the first hieroglyph saying "Opener of the Way," but the second hieroglyphs you don't seem to recognize those symbols as much.
can I try the second row?
No idea what they say.
Can I try the hieroglyphs on the wall with my history? Can I try deciphering the hieroglyphs on the wall with my history?
Yes, go ahead.
We're just sticking the place up, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. You guys, you are the.
We are rolling so bad.
This is not.
I was a jock in school. What do you want?
I wasn't a job. I was really attentive in class. Really.
Well, both
17.
Okay, there you go. So the other ones you didn't understand, but as you come around this corner, because this is a large room. I don't know if JC can give you the other camera angle, and that will show you the other part of the room. JC, if you want to. Is he back there? Oh, yep. Throw him the other part of the room. There is. You can see as you come around and you see those hieroglyphs, and what this actually says. These wall hieroglyphs tell of the priest, this evil high priest's funeral rites, and his mummification. It also tells of his avid lust for gold and of his boast that not a single thief will loot my tomb. Part of the hieroglyphs, though, have been chipped away.
Not a single thief. Oh, he hasn't met the right one. I say this back to the group, and I say the rest of it has been chipped away. So I don't know if anybody has mending or something. Maybe that might work.
Let me think. It says the first line is "Opener of the Way," and the second line is a description of how no single thief can get into his tomb.
I mean, are you guys sure you want to come at the thief hood? I know you guys are against thieves and everything.
I never said that.
Well, not.
Well, I mean, I would understand you being a noble and all. You're just you're like any other thief out there. So.
We're not exactly thieves. We're more along the lines of archaeologists.
We're robbing a tomb,
We're studying rocks.
and this idiot thinks he can take it with him. He's mistaken. I'm wondering if you
Either way,
I wonder if we have to enter as a group. And the reason that he got blasted is because he came in alone.
I think I as a thief, would advise against that. Because
You want to go up there and mess with the statue, like trying to twist it around so it's not looking at us while we pass through?
And not.
So you want to
Thieves?
move the statue?
I think I have. The moment that Sparrow stepped into the room, the statue's eyes started glowing, right?
The moment someone stepped onto the landing, which is that area where you're at now, the statue, its eyes began to glow violet. Or the statue itself glowed violet, and its eyes began to glow blue.
Luca, can you stand in the front with me, and the both of us put our foot into the room and see how the statue reacts?
Okay.
So y'all are just, but everybody's just
We'll
going into
join
the
at the
room?
elbows and just.
Take one
Watch
step
out.
forward. Just the two of us.
Okay.
I'm
So-
still here.
All right, you walk into the room. Nothing happens. Like I said, the statue itself, y'all are still. I wasn't supposed to show you the other room, but y'all are still in this landing. And as you go in there, Duncan and who else? And Luca,
Yep.
nothing happens. You just walk in. The eyes are just glowing blue, and the statue is violet. And you've got Sparrow over here, hanging out over here. So nothing's really going on. Nothing's
They
happening.
didn't blast us?
Nope. It just, like I said, it's just glowing.
I
Interesting.
think that went well.
If you guys thought that went well, oh man, you guys are in for a freaking roller coaster.
Probably all stick together.
Where are those eyes pointing? Are they pointing down the corridor we came from? So if the eyes were the focal point of some kind of lightning bolt, that it would be facing where that skeleton was?
It's possible. The eyes are going from what you can see towards you down the corridor, so the skeleton would be in front of the eyes, or the front of the skeleton. Yes.
Has someone tried moving the statue yet? Like trying to rotate it?
Well, Luca, I mean, you're the strongest of us all, so.
Very
I don't
well.
think it's a
Let's
good
try
idea.
to.
Mess with
I'm
the
not-
statue. See what happens.
Luca will grab the statue and try to twist it so that it's facing the wall.
Okay. So you turn it which way? Can you see the compass there? North, south,
To the north.
to the north. All right. So that would actually be towards this wall, right? So you're turning it towards that wall. Okay. So you turn that, and as you're able to turn it, but as Luca, you grab it, and the eyes glow, and you begin to get shocked. But you're able to turn it because you're in motion to turn it, but you're still getting shocked as you turn it, and you take 8 points of damage. And also, do you have any spells or potions on? Oh, any potions on you or anything?
No, I don't carry that stuff.
Okay, so no potions, no magic spell. Okay, so you're good like that. Okay, so you just take 8 points of damage, but the statue has been turned towards that wall now. So we're actually.
I wonder if the thief tried to steal the statue or touch it. That's what killed him.
By the way,
No,
Luca,
oh my gosh. Do you not know about thieves? I have to give you an intense training on thieves. No thief would try to steal the statue. It's too big. We need small things.
hey,
I
Luca,
know, but
your,
he tried
temporary
possessing it to.
yeah, Luca, that came out of your temporary hit points. So you have 1 temporary hit point left.
Yep, I'm aware. Thank you for that, by the way.
What did you say, Scoop? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, you mean you don't try to check something for jewels and whatnot? I have it on pretty good authority that thieves climb giant statues of demons to pull
Doesn't-
them out of their eyes.
Doesn't the statue's eyes look like amethyst or something?
Yes, but we're too skeptical of people to literally try to. You know how hard it is to take an eye out of a statue? We're not strong. We just grab the quickest thing and be off.
Luca holds up his hammer. I imagine pretty easy.
The,
Maybe for you.
the eyes aren't jewels. They're just kind of like blue, and they glow blue where the eye sockets would be. But I wouldn't say you see any. There's no
Well
jewels.
done, Luca. Let's continue.
So
And I pick up the torch and I continue down the corridor.
So keep on with them, but I want to kneel down. I want to see if I can find anything else on that skeleton, because I have a hypothesis that maybe it was trying to leave with some kind of treasure, because that hieroglyph spoke of not letting any thief leave with treasure, right? So I would like to search the skeleton as everyone else advances.
Okay. You go ahead and let me make sure, Luca, is there anything else you wanted to do real quick though, besides that, what you were doing right there?
I'm gonna stay by the statue to hold it in case it tries to turn back to zap people as they come through.
Okay, so you're gonna do that, and then Bale, you're gonna do another investigation of the body, see if there's any treasure, anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me investigation.
Finally, not a history check. Something that have better roll.
Well, got to be archaeologist, man. You're a tomb, man. That's Indiana Jones.
Oh my God.
What'd you get?
I was gonna ask. I didn't find anything when I investigated the skeleton. Like nothing on the skeleton.
I was just gonna let him know. No, there was nothing that you found either. But he didn't find anything. He was, I guess, just trying to do a more thorough check. But no, you didn't find anything. It's just an old skeleton with old leather and everything else. The only thing that, again, Sparrow had let you know that she discovered was the electrical pattern going through, through the actual things. Give me a medicine check. We'll say, we'll just do it so you can.
Luca, I actually think you're onto something. What if this guy right here, this thief, tried to leave and the statue did like a lightning bolt or something? Maybe turning it toward the wall
21
is going to allow us to leave.
You're definitely able to tell that it no longer is. It's no longer a question. This was definitely some form of powerful electricity that went through his body when this happened. That's possible. Maybe he had grabbed the statue. You're thinking maybe for too long when he tried to move it. Maybe he wasn't as strong as y'all. Maybe is not as hardy. But the bottom line is electricity definitely killed this guy.
Okay. Well, luckily, it didn't blast us on the way. Okay, I will defer to the rest of the group as we move down the corridor.
I will be looking for traps.
Okay.
I'm checking the walls, checking the floors.
Well, you gotta say what part of the wall you're checking. So
I will be checking the walls for buttons, and then I'm gonna be checking the floors for tripwires or anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When we get to a spot, you'll have to let me know which area. Because I can't just not to be fair, I can't just say everywhere. You have to say I'm checking that section of floor over there or that area over there. So we'll say when you go in front, Sparrow, just give me if you're doing checks like every few feet, just right now, just give me a investigation, and we'll see what happens. And then this is just I know how to a mass investigation. All right.
23.
Woo! That looks good. All right, you feel confident as you're beginning to walk down the next set of stairs towards the next landing that there is nothing in this particular area of the stairways. And now I will move you all up to the next area. Now you've gone down the stairs, and now you've come into this area. So you've got Duncan and Sparrow and Luca. Unless, Luca, were you staying up there by the statue? Or are you
just while people move past.
Okay. Duncan, are you going down the stairs towards the next room?
I'll be walking slowly so Sparrow has a chance to do her thing. But otherwise, I am advancing and trying to stay alert with a torch in one hand and hand on my sword hilt.
All right. Where's Mako going to be?
I think I'm gonna be sticking next to Bale.
All right. Where's Bale gonna be?
I'm gonna be sticking next to Mako.
Wow, that's such make it so easy. And of course, I
checkmate,
know
GM.
I'll start following about maybe 10 feet away from the rest of the group once I'm done with the skeleton.
All right, so you're right here. Mako's up here with you. You're by the skeleton. Luca's right there. Okay, so it's basically just Miku, Sparrow, and Duncan that are on the third landing, and y'all are on the second landing. So let me give a description of this third landing. All right. The stairs end at this 10 by 10 landing, so now there's no more stairs. You don't even see anything, like a way out of this room. A shiny black obelisk stands on the southern corner, or southern wall, as you can see right there. If JC switched the camera over, let me see. If he gave you another angle. Yep, so you can see that obelisk stand right there against the wall. A massive triangular column that reaches also to the ceiling. To the north is a stone wall with a hieroglyph carved into it. Under the hieroglyph is a blackened skeleton that, just kind of, still with some flesh on it, lying on the floor.
I would like to take my short bow out.
Oh, wait, and the east wall, I'm sorry, is also carved with hieroglyphs as well.
Is that close to us or far?
What'd you say?
That east wall, is that close to us or far, those hieroglyphs?
The hieroglyphs, I say from Sparrow and Duncan, if they walked a few more feet, probably about 10 more feet, they'd be able to read it and read the hieroglyphs.
I put my hand out to Scoop, and I say, hold on for a second, and I take my short bow out and I fire at the skeleton that's on the back wall. Okay. I want to see if it's dead or alive.
It's you fire at it, no movement occurs. It actually doesn't look like a warrior. It's dressed from where you could see in almost like civilian garb.
Okay. And then I turn to Duncan and I say, maybe you should see if you can investigate, see if you know what the hieroglyphs mean first before we go further. Is this the body I shot at?
What, the one in the picture? Yes, the body is right there. You shot at, nothing happened.
I will defer to Mako because I haven't been very successful. He's the one who's been most successful at reading this crap.
While we wait for Mako, I will walk up 10 feet and check the floor for tripwires.
Okay, what area are you checking?
I'm going straight up and then to the left.
Okay, so by the skeleton.
I want to get closer to the body so I can investigate it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me investigation then. And then we'll...
18.
All right, so
that's for tripwires on the floor.
All right, this body. How close is Duncan to you?
I'm not sure. Duncan, how close are you to me?
I could see you're about 20 feet from him. So you begin to look at this body, and it has like a magnifying glass. It seems to have like tools that would be like. You recognize that's something an archaeologist or someone that was exploring tombs.
Was your uncle an archaeologist?
Yes.
So something that something an archaeologist would use is right there, and you now on the body. You actually find like a small journal and the quill pen, along with some pieces of cheese and crackers and an empty water skin. It looks like apparently whoever it is ran out of water somehow. Maybe they got trapped down here. You don't know, but they ran out, and that's basically they must have died down here. But again, you've got that journal. You also notice that right above the skeleton, over the skeleton, there's a gouge, 1 foot deep, that has been blasted into the stone. So it's possible maybe something else might have happened to him. Give me a medicine check.
That should be good. 12.
All right. Again, this body, you able to determine that although it looks like it had began to suffer the effects of possible dehydration, it also looks like it was struck by a powerful blast of electricity, more powerful than the skeleton up at the front or at the other second landing.
Wow, this place has a lot of evocation magic, I assume. This man looks like he's been blasted with another, like lightning bolt or something. Scoop. What is this place?
You've got your journal too. That journal you found. Okay.
I will. I want to help. I want to help Scoop try to figure out the hieroglyphs. So I would give him advantage if he makes the check.
All right, you're using your inspiration. Go for it, Scoop.
So I have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
19.
That's good.
All right. The hieroglyphs above the actual, like where the gouge is at, because that's where the body is, that east wall, that simply says treasure room.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
It says treasure room.
Hey.
Treasure room.
Yep.
I'll pick up the journal and use my
Oh, I think I have it in my hand. I'll give it to you if you want it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll read it. With you guys.
All right. So everybody's coming back down, because you were by the statue. Are you coming back down to where they're at now, Bale?
Yeah, I'll come down now.
Okay. So you're coming
And once
down.
Bale's passed, Luca will go as well.
All right. As you all leave, you notice that the statue, the minute Luca takes the final step off the landing and everybody's now walking down the stairs, you notice that the statue, as you step off, Luca, begins to not glow. It stops glowing and everything else.
See, Luca, you were right. Oh, man.
So he got blasted on his way out. So I thought.
Yeah, I had that same concept as well.
but you remember, you found that huge gouge above that body, a blackened gouge that looked like it had been struck by a powerful form of electricity.
So this is what we found. Have you guys found anything else upstairs? I found this journal, and then I handed to. I don't like reading, so I handed to Belle.
May I?
Yep.
It is my uncle's.
Yeah.
So
You think your uncle?
I take it from Sparrow and then hand it to Duncan.
You think your uncle had like dirty little secrets in there or something?
Oh no, I just figured. Well, yeah. I'll look at him.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you want to look at the journal then?
Yeah.
All right. This is what it says as you open up. This is a leather-bound journal. It's kind of like has a clasp on it. It's still sealed. It's dusty. You can tell the leather itself has begun to crack. It's been down here for, you estimate, not as old as the tomb itself, but it looks to have been down here for a few months now. And again, you blow off the dust and opened up the yellow cracking pages. And what it says is, to anyone that should find this, know my name to be Algernon Scoop. And these are my last words. I have escaped the mind flayers that attacked me at the entrance, but I'm too greatly injured to go on. And they were unable to follow, since they didn't know how to read the hieroglyphics to find the entrance inside. I doubt anyone will ever find this, but if you be a kind soul that does, then please find my last relative, Duncan Scoop, and give him anything that should be found inside the tomb. I do not know why the mind flayers so badly want of the riches that may lie inside, but my gut tells me there's something much more in this tomb, something that must be very powerful for them to be so desperate to attain it. I'm getting tired now. I think I'll stop writing and just close my eyes to rest for a moment. Yes, just a moment.
Aw.
Duncan, I'm really sorry.
Bastard mind flayers. Yes. Well, Uncle Algie did find something.
So let's complete
I've
what
only
he
had-
didn't. Let's complete what he didn't finish.
Yes. Such a
Should we
shame.
do something with the body? Perhaps recover it for proper burial?
Yes, I think so. I'll lay down my cloak and I'll gently put Uncle Algie's remains in the cloak, and then I'll wrap him up like a burrito.
I was about to give you inspiration until you said burrito. You tell him like, oh, you see my face on the stream. I was like, honorable act, and then you go burrito. I was like,
There you go.
Well, there's no other way to describe it. I roll them up, and I'll tie a rope because I'm good with rope on each end. Clean off the end
oh my god, you're terrible. You're a terrible human being.
What?
You're still supposed to give me that lesson on rope tying as well.
I'll be happy to. I got the beeswax. I got the candles. I'll be ready whenever you are.
Oh my god, you're a terrible person.
And I'll pick him up, and I'll sling him over my shoulder, making sure not to rattle him about too much.
All right, so you've got Uncle Algernon tossed over your shoulder. Give me a strength roll though, real quick, to see if you're actually able to toss him or if he goes splat on the ground.
Well, he's all bones, ain't he?
Perhaps we should pick him up on our way out.
Can you say what the hieroglyphs meant one more
I
time?
have no problem with this.
Well, there was two sets of hieroglyphs. You read the first one, and that said treasure room above where that blackened chunk of wall has been knocked away.
And so that was the wall, not the floor.
Yeah, this was like right above the body. It looked like something had struck the wall and blackened it, like just some huge force, like electricity or fire, something hit that wall and blackened the stone and knocked a chunk away from the wall. And right above that, on that wall, it says treasure room.
I believe this is probably another passage.
I have a hard time believing that if you're that worried about thieves, you'd actually mark a door treasure room. I mean,
these glyphs are not meant for ordinary eyes. That's why the mind flayers could not get down here.
yeah, but still, doesn't that seem all right? Most people. Do you think someone who wants to hide their treasure would actually have a sign that says treasure room?
Yeah, people are stupid. Sometimes they label things in plain sight in hopes that people like myself and others of my caliber are not bold enough to try to steal it. But usually things like this, the obvious, have the most dangerous traps, if that makes sense. I mean, look at this wall.
Has anyone looked at the obelisk?
Not yet.
Well, yeah, you got
I was just about to ask you, actually.
Magical auras.
from the obelisk. Magical auras from the obelisk itself. Is that what you're asking?
Sure. And then the rest of the room as well.
No, you don't get any magical auras from the obelisk itself. It just seems to be a very powerful stone that could, just strongly made stone. You do, of course, see, like I said, there's the other hieroglyphs that you see as well.
So the obelisk, investigation or arcana?
You're okay. What are you trying to do? Just what it is?
Look at it. Yeah, see, identify it.
You can investigate. Yeah, you can investigate it, and you see, like I said, you don't even need to roll. I was gonna say you don't need to roll for it because it's just an obelisk. But yeah, it's sitting on. To give you a more descriptive, it's a black obelisk. It's sitting right there against the wall. It's on a massive triangular column that reaches all the way to the ceiling. But you don't see anything. It looks like maybe the obelisk at one time has been struck by some energy. There's like a little tiny like little dots on it, like black marks. But similar to the black mark that looks like it's across the way. But again, it doesn't look like it really any damage is done to it. But it looks like it's been struck a few times.
Is it possible, in my estimation, that the first statue could have shot its eye beams, for lack of a better term, into this obelisk, which then fired the other bolt?
I don't know.
Connected?
I don't know.
How is the angle? How is the angle going to do that?
You have to think about that.
Well, no, I mean the angle. So if I was able to turn that statue, if I could pivot it, could I aim it at the obelisk with the eyes?
Maybe.
Wait, well, no. I mean, is there a wall in the way or not? I
don't want to. You could turn the statue, yes, And, it does look like something has struck this obelisk. I can't tell you anymore.
Okay. So I say, look, if you don't mind a little more of a shock, maybe you can turn that statue so that it faces the obelisk.
Well, before we do that, let's at least see what these hieroglyphs mean on the floor. We haven't checked the floor yet.
Fair
I
enough.
do not mind, but
Scoop,
Sparrows had good ideas all day. So
do you want to check the floor again? And I can try to help. I will give him advantage.
Okay,
On
can
his-
investigate the floor.
There we go.
Yes. 17. He got a 17.
Okay. So you, while you're investigating this, first of all, you see on the floor, right by the hieroglyphs, now you see a small, it was concealed just before the stone wall, is a pressure plate. Okay? And that's it. You see this pressure plate.
Before Luca goes, I'd say everyone hold on for a second, and then I bring Belle over and I say, "There's a pressure plate on the floor right here. Should I step on it or?"
Probably not.
I have a crowbar if you wish to pull it up.
Please don't.
Everybody get out. Everybody back up. And
Okay.
I will wait for everyone to get out of the room.
Okay. And they're on the stairway? Okay.
Yeah, they'll be on the stairs. So how far is the pressure plate big enough to where I can throw something on it?
I'd say you could. That you could do that.
So I have this heavy in my bag.
And don't forget, you've also got the other hieroglyphics as well. Because you didn't do a history. Oh, you did. There's making.
No,
history.
yeah,
Okay.
he did a history.
Okay. All right. For that, you did pass. Let me and before you throw that thing on the pressure plate, let me read what those other hieroglyphics said. And this one's actually long, Mako. You're able to determine that this is looks like a poem or something. Far away, across waters deep, on shores of ebon crystal, lies a sacred obelisk, like a drop of long. And these are each individual sentences. I should note that each one is an individual sentence that I say. So far away across waters deep, then the next sentence, on shores of ebon crystal, then the next one, lies a sacred toppled obelisk, then next sentence, like a drop of amber long congealed, next sentence, on the master's brow. Next one, whom I have served for all my days, next, second to none, the opener of the way, next, words of the world, then the destination, then the next, now to the journey of the three tests, next one, months coming, opposite and eastward then another one, to caverns black, those chapel men that faiths hold true, next line, my blessed remains will stop forevermore, next line, those faithful do not know my mind, next, are welcome to what dross remains, next, all robbers shall accursed be, and then final line, forever and beyond. And I had to read it line by line.
Oh, that was tight.
Can you post that?
Yes,
No.
I
Can you
will.
post that to the roll 20, please?
I can't post it right now, but I'll make sure I post it in a little while here. Or
I was
let me see if
trying
I
to
can
get the
take a
first letter.
picture.
I was trying to get the first letter of each line to see if it spelled anything.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
those swim to
Here, I'll post it. I'll send Eric a picture.
Okay, I have a question. Is any of that are there any hidden messages in that I would know using Thieves' Cant?
No.
No? Okay.
Not hidden messages. You have to look at it and, see what you can discern.
I mean, it sounds like Thieves' Cant.
I can't tell you. It'd ruin the puzzle if I tell you.
What kind of check would that be?
There'd be no check. You've got That's it. It was just, you've already read the hieroglyphics. You just have to, use y'all's noodle.
How many lines?
I've sent the picture to Eric.
Eric is no longer with us right now. He dropped out of the call.
Uh-oh. Hope he's okay.
Yeah,
Oh, he's back.
All the cameras on the stream are kind of cattywampus in the was it OBS?
Yeah, if he dropped out, that messes with the
Womp womp.
I'm back. Sorry.
Hey,
it messes with the pictures when somebody drops out. JC will have to fix it. Yeah,
sorry.
That it's nothing he can do about that. But yeah, I sent a picture to you, Eric, showing the poem that I had to read line by line, and there you go. You can post that to Discord or whatever.
Yeah,
Please, so I can read it again.
This is something I just read.
And now, you went and threw something on the, you said the pressure plate?
Yeah, but I'm going to be far enough back to where if something does happen, I'm not in the crossfire.
Okay.
I have manacles. Will that work? Is that strong enough?
Yeah, that's fine. The pressure plate isn't right in front of the obelisk. It's a little bit to like the left, so, and everything else. But you throw something on that pressure plate, you're able to reach it. Actually, give me a throw. Give me a dexterity to see if you can make this throw.
It's like a straight dex check.
Yeah, just give me accurate. Yeah, straight dex.
I got a 9.
All right, you toss it over there, and I feel like being nice. It just kind of hits the edge of the pressure plate, and you see the plate go down, and nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Well, that didn't work. So, what do you guys want to do? Maybe now we can try the statue.
I have an idea.
Well, by all means, if you go over there, can I have my manacles back?
The poem, its instructions in which order to trigger pressure plates.
For the pressure plates have images on them?
The pressure plates have images?
I'm asking.
No,
they're near the statues. The statue back there had a golden brow. Perhaps there's a pressure plate near it that we also need to trigger.
The opener of the way, wasn't that the skeleton, Mako?
Yeah, and he's second to none, so that should be the first one, I suppose.
World of Winds.
I feel so bad doing this to y'all. All these puzzles. Blame old style D&D for this cruelty.
No, I love puzzles.
How dare you make us use our brains?
It all comes from, this is old school money cruelty right here, man.
Here's the followed by frogs.
Here.
Now the journey of the test. Wasn't that the three we had the set coming into the temple. We had the opener, we had the pain symbol where Belle went blind. So I believe this is the last test. Maybe the opener of the way with the electric. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What exactly did the poem say?
It says, far away across deep waters, on shore of Ebon crystal, lies a sacred toppled obelisk, like a drop of amber long congeal on the master's brow, whom I've had served for all my days. Second to none, the opener of the way, words of the war, then the destination, now the journey of 3 tests. Months coming, opposite and eastward then, to caverns black, those chapeled men, that faith holds true. My blessed remains will stop forevermore. Those faithful who do know my mind are welcome to what dross remains. All robbers shall accursed be forever and beyond.
So I see one part there where it says, to cavern, months coming opposite and eastward then. Is that just the direction that we walk? Or is opposite direction for that statue east from where it was originally facing? I still feel like turning that.
I
statue
think it
into a
was.
Yeah, I think
It was
you guys had it
facing
right.
west towards the entrance.
Lies the sacred top of obelisk.
All right.
It's the only obelisk that we found, the one in this room.
It's my idea. My idea, so I'll do it. And he's going to go over and climb up there and try and turn the obelisk.
Oh, Bale,
It's-
please.
There's no need for more than us to get that. Let me.
Yeah, so Bale, if Luca gets injured, I can actually heal his wounds. I cannot replenish lost temporary hit points. So it would be better for him to soak the electricity than for you to lose your temporaries.
Not to mention, I'm also the most durable here.
I will kindly try to get my manacles back and move out of the way. Like I want to grab my manacles and go to the opposite side of the room. Actually, no, I want to come out the room altogether.
All right, so you're grabbing your manacles. Okay, you got those. You get those just fine. And what is Bale doing?
I guess I will step out of the way, kind of probably in the corner towards where the statue is, some kind of in between where the obelisk statue is, so that if this thing does in fact blast a hole through that wall for us, that I'm not nearby that.
But as soon as he turns the statue, somebody has to be standing on the glyph with the skeleton, because it only activated when I stepped on it.
Well, let's try this first, because we can always step on it after, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Because
so
the thing is, that's where that dead guy was. That's where Mr. Duncan died.
all right, so the statue right now is facing west because y'all turned it to the western wall because it was originally facing south.
I thought we turned it to the northern wall because,
No, it's
like, the entrance was here, and then the statue was facing us,
it's
and
facing.
then this way was north. And we turned
It's facing towards the wall that is not towards the passageway that y'all went down. That's what I'm saying. I should just clear. It's just not it's facing towards a wall because remember you turned it towards that wall, away from y'all,
Yeah.
and then you walk by. So its back is towards the passageway that y'all went down to go to this third landing right now.
Can I turn it so that it's facing the passageway?
Yes, you can.
All
So
right,
you
I will
wanna-
do that.
So Luca goes up there, and you're going to stand. Where do you want to stand when you turn the statue?
You're gonna be like behind it, just trying to rotate it and line it up, looking over the shoulder.
Okay, so you're standing actually by the part that's to the wall, and you're turning it towards the east, but you're kind of like, so when its face is towards the eastern wall, you'll actually be behind it at its back.
Yes, because I'm trying to get it lined up right.
Okay, so you're actually behind it right now, and there's a space between you and the wall, and then this is aimed towards the, hope I didn't hit the camera right there, I think I did. This is aimed towards the eastern passageway, but you're actually to the west behind it. Okay, so you're not in front of the statue. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is everybody else in the passageway?
So I am out of the room. Once Luca turned the statue, I will then go where the skeleton was.
Okay, so you're going to be standing kind of like where the skeleton was at the wall that had the black mark?
No. I mean in the previous room. Where Luca is, I want to be behind him. Where the skeleton is with the leather armor.
Okay, all right. Just make sure. All right, so you want to be kind of near Luca, but not exactly behind Luca.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, we can do that. All right, so you're there. Where's everybody else?
Miko will Silhouette will be back, like all the way in the back to where she can't even get hurt. So like a corner or something.
So kind of like next to you then.
Yeah.
Okay. No guarantee she can't get hurt there, but you know we'll put her next to you. So I make no promises. You're just assuming that. How about Bale, Duncan, and Mako.
So as I'd mentioned, if you're looking at the screen now, I think the blonde hair is Mako, correct?
Yep, that's Mako.
So if you were to move Mako back, there's that corner right there, which is kind of in between the obelisk and the statue. That's where I would be in that corner.
Right there?
Well, I can't see the corner, so if that is where the corner is, I think it's farther back.
Oh, obelisk in the corner. I got you. Not the statue on the second landing. He's still on the third level. Okay.
Yeah.
And where's Bale though? You said, because you just said Mako.
No, so I was using that example about Mako.
I was about to say, because I was moving Mako, I was saying you control. All right, so Bale is right there. Gotcha. Where's Duncan? He might be muted. Are you muted, Duncan? Oh, I guess so.
Scoops. Chris is sleeping.
Did he fall asleep?
He's taking a short rest.
Is my adventure that boring tonight? Jeez.
Somebody
I
roll
did
for some
blood
extra
today, and
points.
I'm a little bit drowsy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I feel terrible. My adventure must be truly boring. I apologize.
No. I'm just trying to fortify myself with coffee. I'll place myself. I was paying attention. I will place myself next to Bale.
Okay, so you're next to Bale. Okay. So, all right, and where does Mako want to be?
So is anybody between the statue and the obelisk?
No.
Okay, great. Hey, go ahead and put me next to Bale.
All right, so you're next to Bale. All right, so there you go. And Luca, what do you want to do? You gonna turn the statue now?
Are the eyes glowing? As we're passing the statue, are the eyes glowing?
Yes. Once y'all arrive back on the second landing, the minute Luca took the very first step onto the second landing, the statue started doing just as it did before. The statue began to glow violet, and its eyes glowed blue.
I think if we were to leave, it would have been very, very bad, Luca.
Yeah, I'll turn the statue.
Okay. All right, you turn the statue.
Do I take zap damage or no?
Yes, you do. You take 8 points of damage again as you get kind of shocked from the statue turning it. But unfortunately, nothing happens.
With him still holding that, I'm gonna step on a hieroglyph with the skeleton on it to see if anything happens. Is the skeleton eyes glowing still?
Well, not the statue's eyes are still glowing, yes, and everything's.
No, the skeleton with the leather armor.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still sitting there on the hieroglyphs and everything else.
Is it glowing?
No, it's not glowing or anything because it was just it had been hurt by electricity, but it wasn't glowing before. I didn't say it was glowing. It was just you had determined it was hurt by electricity. But you walk over by hieroglyphs and nothing happens.
Maybe it's a pressure plate then. Look, I'm not sure honestly. Maybe they have to push the obelisk into the pressure plate. I'm not very sure.
No, that goes all the way to the ceiling.
I'll walk over and heal Luca.
Okay, so you go back to the second landing and heal Luca. Okay, so you walk on back to the second landing.
Go ahead and heal 11.
Okay.
What happens
So 7 would have been fine.
What happens if I try to leave the room?
Go. You want to try?
With Luca still holding the statue pointed the opposite direction. I'm gonna try to leave and see if that does anything.
Okay. You leave the room. Nothing happens. The statue is still, glowing violet. Eyes are still blue, even though you've walked into the passageway.
Bale, do you think you could trigger the pressure plate?
Let's give it a try. I'll step forward.
Okay. Well, the pressure plate is on the. Let me show you where it's at, because I said it was on the other side of the obelisk. Here it is, right here. Oop, sorry. The pressure plate would be right there. So you want to move Bale to right there?
I'm waiting for Twitch to catch up.
I'm sorry.
To
Yeah, we
whatever
don't.
it is.
We don't have Twitch on Zoom today. Zoom's giving us a headache, so apologize about that.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess yeah, but I'd like to duck down so that those eyes wouldn't be shooting electricity at me, since we're going to turn towards the obelisk.
It is in the poem the master's brow, so perhaps if you're bowing to him, the lightning will shoot over you.
Well, you can hope. If something like that were to happen, and hope does spring eternal. But there's no promises for that. I can't duck certain things. But we'll find out.
Bale's aware that unless he takes double his hit points, he won't die instantly. And so he doesn't think you can do enough damage to him at once, so he's going to step forward.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
That's not metagaming, is it? Is that metagaming?
You're funny.
All right. So as you do that, and you step on, because remember the things that Sparrow had thrown on there, the tongs or whatever she had thrown, were no longer on there. She picked them back up, so the pressure plate had come back up again. But now, when you stepped on it, at that moment, a lightning bolt comes out of the statue that in front of Luca. It hits the wall, hits the other wall, and then goes straight towards you. Unfortunately, you're standing on the pressure plate, and it goes through you to hit the obelisk. You take 8d6 lightning damage.
So
I thought he was going to stay low for this.
So as I'd mentioned, I was crouching. That doesn't help.
But yeah, take a go ahead and take a see if you can dodge, reflex save, old school reflex.
Or an advantage. It's a saving throw, right?
Saving throws. Yeah. So go ahead, just like it's normal lightning bolt. So just see if you can. You can pull up the skill.
So do I get advantage because I was already ducking?
Yes,
you could say he took the dodge action in preparation for it, since we were expecting this to happen.
I think I could do that then. Okay. I'm not rich. I'll let you all go.
So I will do my advantage. So here.
Do your advantage roll. That gives the dodge. The dodge gives you the advantage. So go for it.
It's only +2, so let's see what happens.
Come on.
Yeah, only 12, so that's probably not enough.
No, that's still a fail, because even if it was like a basic wizard, it'd be like a 14 DC or whatever. All right, so you take 8d6. And this is in the book. This isn't my cruelty. Let's do advanced dice roller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And d6. Oh, darn it. I didn't mean to do that. There was only 1 d6 roll right there. Okay, hold on.
Like that.
I'll take that. Hold on. I'll just roll it 7 times instead of 8 for this next one. Okay, there we go. That's 7d6. All right, so 27 points. So you're probably still up and okay.
Yeah, he likes it. So does it also hit the obelisk?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's what I was just about to say. As it bounces off the obelisk, it hits into that wall and knocks another 1-foot chunk off that wall.
So the wall. So I'm guessing.
This wall. I'll show you the wall. The wall it blasts is where it said treasure room, and here's the wall right here. And it blasts that open, or another chunk, another 1-foot chunk.
That didn't show up on camera.
JC said that didn't show up on camera, so let me do it again. But it's here. It's this wall right across from the obelisk.
I wonder if we have to keep doing that until it blasts a hole through the wall.
If Luca lets go of the statue, does it start to turn back?
No, it does not.
Maybe that's because the pressure plate is down. Belle, take your foot off the pressure plate. Let's see if it turns back.
Do we want to do that yet?
We want to see if you take your foot off, will the statue turn back?
Right, but for what reason?
Because if you don't want to keep getting hit by lightning, so we can put something else down.
Well, I mean,
Can I go ahead and heal Bale?
You're gonna come back because you're on the second level. So you walk back. Okay. And you
Bale.
you go to heal Bale.
For 6, and then again. For
Oh my
5,
god, that's terrible.
And then again.
Oh my god.
5.
Well, there's more. These are all with his bonuses. What's the total?
4.
16.
No, it's plus his bonus.
Oh,
What is
okay.
total?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, plus 4 is the bonus, so
thanks that you
16.
could
16.
stay
Okay,
here.
cool. I'm at full minus my my temporary hit points.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say, Luca?
I was asking you to stay here, not near the statue, so it stays active. I was going to go trigger the pressure plate so Bale doesn't get shocked. I have a higher dex bonus and I get advantage on the save because of danger sense, so
Yeah,
it would be better for me to do the pressure plate.
I don't know if I'm the right one to do this. I'm not very strong.
No, you just need to stay here so it's active. It shouldn't need to be moved anymore.
Okay,
Do it.
yeah. I will hold the statue while
All right.
Luca runs up.
All right, so you're gonna go. So Bale, you're getting off the pressure plate, and Luca, you're gonna get on it.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe before we do that, there's one bit I want to make sure I understand. So the lightning went into the obelisk, and then what happened?
It bounced off the obelisk. It was channeled, and then went straight across to the wall
Can
And
I?
then and blasted.
So can we turn the obelisk?
The obelisk that just bounced, the lightning bolt bounced off of.
Yeah. It cannot also be pivoted because I know it's the ceiling.
No, that does not appear like it can be pivoted.
Before
Okay, so
But you were able
So-
to press the. Remember when space through the tongs, you were able to depress the pressure plate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Luca, before you go, just nobody needs to get hurt. Just take these, and I give them my manacles, and just put that on the pressure plate and get out of the way.
I'm not saying it will work. I'm just saying that you were able to depress it.
Actually, could I try like on my hands and knees pushing down the pressure plate with my hands like I'm bowing?
Like you.
Well, I could do that, but then that would kind of be unfair to the game. I mean, I guess we could. Let's just do it where you get advantage if you do that then. Where you still have to dodge the lightning bolt, but you get advantage. That
I would
sounds
already
fair.
have advantage from danger sense.
Well, there you go. That sounds fair. So then you're still getting advantage if you wanted to press the pressure
So-
plate that way.
So it's not a set line that it kind of goes out kind of a wild angle, right? Because
No,
otherwise,
no. It doesn't go. It doesn't go at a wild angle. It bounced off. The lightning bolt came from the statue. It bounced off one wall, hit another wall, then went into the obelisk. The obelisk kind of like held the energy for a second, and then it shot straight across into the wall.
Right, but just to understand, because if there's a very specific path the lightning takes, we know where not to be.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So laying down on it and crawling over it and putting weight on it should basically nullify you being hit, right?
I would think that if you, my guess, can't tell you, but my guess would be that since you could depress the pressure plate, you could maybe get something on there from a distance, and maybe it might work in your favor, but we don't know.
Okay. So I have another question before we do this. It blasted into a wall. It was just a random wall. Is there anything there where it blasted? The final.
It blasted in the exact same spot. It knocked off another 1 foot chunk from the wall
Okay.
with the other blackened spot, right in the wall where it says treasure room. So now there's the hole. It looks like it blasted a hole there before, and now there's a bigger hole. So the hole is getting bigger, from that lightning bolt strike that
Okay.
went into it.
All right. So I guess we'll switch, and then we'll have Luca try the belly down version and see if that helps or not. But it looks like we just have to do this until it breaks through the wall.
Or like I said, Space did depress the thing before with the thing.
Got a 17.
All right, well, you're able to dodge it, which means you're only going to take half damage anyway. I'm just going to say you fully dodge to be nice because I'm feeling good mood. So you're able to get out of the way of this firebolt. And this firebolt, not firebolt, this lightning bolt it once again does that same exact path. Ding, ding, ding. Hits the obelisk. It charges in the obelisk for a second and knocks another 1 foot chunk away. And then the pressure plate, since you let your hand off it, it comes up again.
Third verse, same as the first. A little bit louder and a little bit.
That's
15.
That's a fail. Well, no,
15 fails.
Well, level 5. What would the DC be? I think it would have to be at least a 15 or a 16 for a lightning bolt at that level caster. We'll say that. You know what? Because I didn't know you had advantage again. So yeah, we'll say you dodged that one too. You get out of the way of that. You get lucky. You just make it. It blasts another hole. Do it again.
Danger sense gives me advantage on
There you
saves
go.
against.
There you go. Get it.
Dexterity saves against spell effects and traps that I can see.
Well, here it comes.
That one I'll take.
That one does not. So that one's at 8d6. This time, you put your hand on there. I guess maybe you've become a little bit too overconfident, and unfortunately, you take as the lightning slams into your arm. Luca takes 30 as the electricity goes in your arm. You can feel it grounding through your body, through your heart, all the way through your leg and your groin as it passes through you into the actual the column an obelisk, and it shoots across. And now though, you only have it's a little. There's another big hole. One more time. You want to try it again?
When that happens, I say that could have been avoided.
I got a 20.
And this one, the same thing, the path, and now the door, bam, boom, and the chunks and the rocks go exploding outward, and dust and everything, begin to fill and choke your lungs as you're clearing away the smoke and everything else. And this is what you see. Hold on, we got to get it ready. So hold on if y'all want to RP for a moment.
Luca, actually, Mako, could you help Luca out?
Yeah, hey buddy, how you looking?
That'll be
Well,
fine.
you know why I'm still alive, right? When I come into places like this, I don't purposely put myself in danger.
Let's see. So I'm out of first level spells. I'm gonna hit you with a second level cure wounds.
Yeah, and I'll also use my second wind to heal myself a little bit.
Heal for 16.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Michael.
My pleasure.
It's another
Lightning bolt's like a champ.
Luca dusts some of the burnt skin off his shoulder.
If you were a giant scorpion creature, that lightning may not have been as effective. Just saying.
Well, the tail could have acted as a lightning rod.
You're still hurt, right?
Not enough to worry about. I'll be fine.
I love this camera work. It looks like a found footage video.
Oh no, it's the Blair Witch!
Oh,
They were playing D&D until
give us a
something
break.
happened.
Give us a break with the cameras.
We
We do our best, for Christ's sakes. We're not Hollywood, man.
Okay, so we've been reading about this super tall cleric whose treasure was never stolen. Would it not be unreasonable then to think that there might be some sort of undead remnants of said super tall cleric inside the treasure room that we're about to step into?
There's got to be a fight.
As this is his room, as he was evil,
Yeah.
and he was a leader of a cult of assassins, I'm willing to bet that he's guarding his own treasure, considering how greedy he was. So I would be on the lookout for a very tall undead.
Do we have any special preparation against undead?
Yes.
I mean,
Like what?
Same way we always prepare.
did
We'd say,
we
Mako,
not buy any holy water from that temple?
say, Mako, you're a priest, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I forget. Did we buy any holy water from the temple when we were there?
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
Holy water's all right, I suppose, but I end up drinking the stuff. So I just don't carry it.
Fair enough.
So,
All right, so let me give you a description, and then we're getting the camera. JC's fixing the camera now. All right, so as you break into this room, you see before you so much gold, a ton, including fine worked jewelry and worked gold lying scattered all around the floor. At the far end of the room is another statue, identical to the one the one at the crypt entrance that you found that helped you get in when you put that slot in there. In a heap before it is a large pile of treasure, including some ivory skull cases. The treasure, just looking at it. Okay, if we can get this, he's fixing it now. This is, there he goes, aiming it down. You might have to loosen it, JC, the actual turn thing to loosen the camera.
Cameras are magic.
Yeah, this is the fun part of what we do right here. Poor JC has to try to do OBS. When we have another person, it's so much easier. But he has to try to do both himself, and it's rough for him. All right, so you look at this gold and everything before you that's about to come on screen, and from your guess, this looks to be about, just looking at it, about 50,000 gold pieces.
hey Tony.
Yes.
So 1 ton of Dungeons and Dragons gold pieces would comprise approximately 78,885 gold coins.
Well, good. Then you can leave all the treasure here, since you know the weight. You need to leave it here since it weighs too much. No, but you see 50,000. No, sir. You see about. You guess its value to be about 50,000 gold pieces, because it's all just sitting there, all in front of you. It's obviously, yes, it's very heavy. It's all over the floor. It's
Raise my hands in the air and I say, I'm rich again.
JC wants this shot so bad.
Yes, we're rich.
Are you rich? That's awesome. So y'all are right at the front of the room. You also see inside there's 4 columns that are going all around the room here. You've got 4 columns.
More of these damn columns.
Yeah, you got those. And you see 4 sarcophaguses, 2 lined against each side of the wall.
Can you scroll? Can you go back in the camera? It's really close.
Yeah, we are. We're getting. That's the other camera from the other room. He's getting the other one adjusted. It took him a while because the tripod.
I'm going to assume that.
You're gonna see. It's a big room that y'all are in. So hold on.
I'm going to assume that the undead are going to come out of the sarcophagi when they try to leave with any treasure.
We might.
So.
You might not be done with the riddle yet. So you have words of the world, then the destination, now the journey of 3 tests, months coming opposite and eastward, then to caverns black, those chapel men that faith holds true. So these could be the chapel men interred within a sarcophagi.
If they come back to life, we could try to lure them to the door and use the lightning against them.
That'd be funny.
It would be.
That's fine, because we're gonna break into them.
We're done. There's no breaking.
Was there something here we're looking in particular for?
Presumably,
yeah.
if we touch the goal, they're all going to animate at once.
Uncle Algernon just mentioned that there was just one treasure in particular that he wanted to reach.
There's something. Yeah, there's something the mind flayers want, right?
Yeah, you should be able to see that. You should be able to see the room now with the treasure and everything.
There's a great big red flame in the middle of the room. Is that a thing?
Yes, that is actually a brazier. It looks like it's burning, a burning fire of oil and everything else. Just
it's
burning.
A brazier.
Not a brazier. God damn it! God damn it! It's I made that mistake on the evil team too. I think it's a whatever it's fire.
Brazier.
It's fire. Got some fucking fire. It's fire, damn it.
Right.
And you see there the pile of treasure. You see the statue. You see there's two sarcophagus on that wall. On the other wall, we don't have the other wall right now, but there's two other sarcophaguses. It's a very large room that you've come into. And again, you see all that pile of treasure. There's gold bars. There's coins. Open treasure chests. I mean, silver.
How tall is the statue?
It's the same exact height as the statue that was at the front of the
7 feet tall.
entrance. Yeah, I'd say 7 feet tall. It's taller than y'all.
Okay.
And all this is in here, but here's the thing, though, guys. It's 9:55.
Okay.
So we're about to end this. I just wanted to make sure y'all saw this treasure room with all the treasure and all the riches of what Duncan could possibly, go back with. Is this the treasure? Have you found it? Is this it? I don't know. We're going to have to find out, but we're going to have to wait till next week. You figure out all the puzzles, and now
I think we're going to find out what's in those 4 sarcophaguses first.
Oh, do you think so? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you'll just go in there. Maybe you'll just go in there and grab the treasure, and you'll leave, and you'll talk about how easy that was. Like, man, that was very anticlimactic.
Or do we have
That was
enough
very
rope?
easy. We only had to get struck by lightning twice.
Yes, no big deal. 3 times, actually.
Or honestly, do we have enough rope just to tie up the sarcophagi? He'll be like, "Rah, pump, pump, pump." We'll be stuck.
Try. Well, it's not a sarcophagi. It's a statue. It's a statue, so it doesn't open.
No,
it's just
along the sides of the room.
Oh,
we're
yes,
talking about.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good idea. Maybe you could do that.
Or maybe we could just flip them so that the top of the casket is against the wall.
Maybe.
Hilarious.
Who knows? Maybe you should go further into the room and find out.
Yeah, and then Race will pop out and be like, "Oh, that was fun."
You pull the old enlarge spell trick, and you put a heavy brick on it, and then you enlarge it. Top of each one.
But there is a huge... You've got 2 weeks to figure out what you guys are going to do. Like I said, there's just some coffins. That doesn't mean there's anything in them. Jeez. So distrusting. But yeah, there's a ton of gold in here.
There's definitely nothing in these coffins in this tomb.
No, it's just a room full of treasure.
Unguarded treasure.
Not a boss room in any way. But... no, man. Go ahead and in 2 weeks we're going to be back and we're going to find out what happens in this place, what this treasure is, and what it is that Sir Algernon Scoop was looking for, and what powerful thing is in here. Because the treasure, I don't see any powerful item in the treasure. I just see the treasure itself. So where's this powerful item that Algernon was talking about? I guess we're going to have to wait till next good session in 2 weeks to find out. Until then, hopefully y'all had a good time watching the mystery of the Tomb of the Ancients. And we will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, y'all.
Farewell.
Are we out?